Alright, here we go. It's been a minute since I've done like an actual stream, like a dedicated commentary overview stream. And I actually have some stuff to go over today. Stuff, video worthy stuff. Which is let me turn that down. That hasn't happened in a while. A little over a month, actually, since I've had a full-fledged drama stream. Just getting the lay of the land. Making some shorts. I did a stream for like an hour, like 2 weeks ago, at like 10 in the morning. Because I guess it was more towards noon. Anyway, I needed a short, basically. And I saw Andrew Tate was running for Prime Minister, so of course we have to talk about that. We'll play Nuketown. I just had to talk about it, you know? I need to set up the bots first. Nope. I should probably use two hands when using the controller. It's better. But, yeah. This will be a long stream, hopefully. I'm going to try and make this 2 hours or so, maybe longer. And I know Crispy ain't in here yet, but when he is, I'll ask him if he wants to play some Apex after this. I recently edited a video for him that he's dropping soon, hopefully. And I'm pretty proud of how it went. So, I'm pretty excited. And I don't think he'll drop it tonight, but if he does, we'll react to that. Ain't nobody around, bruh. Wondering where Lucas is. I don't think he saw my Discord message. You're at work watching me, Logan? Oh my god. Bro, that's probably not a good idea. Don't get in trouble, man. What'd you think of I mean, I know you commented, but, what'd you think of the, video from yesterday? I think it's my best made video so far, personally, in terms of, well, I guess everything, editing, and I guess that's it. Just like keeping viewers' retention. That's the best retention I've gotten on a video so far, but YouTube still won't push it in the algorithm. Thank you, buddy. I want to make I want to play Fortnite with you sometime. I got to get a second channel video. I've been trying to record with Lucas and Seth, but just like every time it just hasn't worked out. And you are the missing piece, not gonna lie. You are funny as fuck, to be honest, and I need those kind of clips in my videos. Because I keep going back to the Apex video we made. That was so funny. I want to do that with Fortnite. I'm thinking about compiling some of our older clips from a while back of playing Fortnite. Nice. That's a good thing, right? You in here, Crispy? Chick. Yeah, that's be good. Are you still a dishwasher, Logan? Just wondering, because if you're a dishwasher, I guess that makes sense why you can watch the video, but... Or you're on break. No? Okay. Nice. Oh, yeah, I think you did mention that, actually. That's good. But yeah, like I said, let me know when you're available. You can even be when I'm done streaming tonight if you want. We can hop on Fortnite. But, yeah, I believe it, man. It's great. Damn. Well, some other time then. We'll figure it out. Thanks for tuning in, though. Even if it's just for a little while, I appreciate it. So, what do I have on the agenda today? Oh, yeah. Imagine having homework. Couldn't be me, honestly. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I feel like teachers wouldn't have... I mean, it's been like, what, like 2 weeks now? I don't think they would give that much grace. But yeah, on the agenda today, I've got Tyler Olivera, popular on-the-street interviewer, journalist type YouTuber, is in some controversy. Or a funeral was yesterday? Damn. Yeah, fuck it, dude. That's crazy. I don't know why they would make you do that on such an occasion. That's kind of messed up, to be honest. Do they know about it? I feel like if you just... They should give you at least a day. Another day to do it. I would think, but... fuck. Yeah, Tyler Olivera. 3 said I don't need to? Well, that's good. But yeah, Tyler Olivera is in trouble again. WillyMacShow is a YouTuber that I like personally, and he normally gets stuff right. Right, like he's pretty good at being objective in his videos. He made a couple of videos, one on Hassan. Honestly, the only one that I've watched so far, but he's pretty well liked in the commentary community, a pretty good, objective creator, at least, you know, in my experience. And Tyler Olivera has been in some drama before, just people not liking him and what he does. Or like sometimes he gets things wrong or puts, like for example, he visited some hood in California or like some crime-ridden place, and they put in like a news headline from some other state, like Ohio or something. And honestly, you're like, yeah, that's not great, but I didn't think it was that big of a deal. I don't know. I didn't understand why people cared that much. But apparently there's some more stuff going on that I didn't know about it. And WillyMacShow, I'm sure, put together a more than decent video covering it. Am I on the wrong team? I think I'm on the wrong team. Yeah, I was on the wrong team. But, God damn it. Dude, what is wrong with me today? But, yeah, we're reacting to that, I think, first. Another thing, I'll pull it up real quick. Yeah, there's this, there's this product going around being sponsoring certain YouTubers like Russell Brand, who I used to like, to be honest. And then it became some kind of right-wing grifting, fear-mongering, I don't know, YouTuber who claimed to be objective. I liked him because at first it's what he did. He was pretty objective, and he's made some good movies, and he's been on SNL, I think, once or twice. Had some good comedy specials. Like, I liked him, but now he's just, I don't know, a bit weird. But this company is sponsoring him and a few other big creators. And the product they're trying to advertise is an amulet that's supposed to protect you from 5G radiation, which is not really, it doesn't work, basically. And Linus Tech Tips, the OG, did a pretty good video breaking down how that just doesn't work, and calls out those YouTubers for shilling this product, which is essentially a scam. So we'll watch that. And also, we're going to check out CoffeeZilla's second channel because he was talking about some, like, meme coins. And, like, let me tell you, we're living in a weird time right now. Just, like, not only in general, but for, like, cryptocurrency, that's taking over in such a weird way. And he didn't talk about this in his video, I don't think, but, you know, Dean Norris, the guy who plays Hank Schrader in Breaking Bad, his Twitter account got hacked, and whoever hacked it was trying to shill some meme coin that used his name. It was like Hank Coin or some dumb shit like that, and like there were a decent amount of people, including me for a minute, who thought that it was real. Because, like, we've seen pretty big celebrities do stuff like that before, especially older celebrities who don't really understand that a lot of these coins are scams. And it's not normally them running the coin, it's some company through, like, Solera or something that comes to them. And it's like, hey, we have this exciting opportunity. We're setting up a cryptocurrency in your name, and all you gotta do is advertise it, and you'll make a ton of money. And it's a rug pull. It's a rug pull. It's to scam their viewers, or fans, or whatever. So it makes sense that a lot of people initially believed it, but after a few days, I was actually going to make a video on it, but a few days later, Dean came out and said, my account got hacked. It's all fake. I'm not shilling crypto, which is good. It's a great thing. But there was another thing, and that's what we're going to watch today, is if you watch Trump's inauguration, there was a pastor who, like, quoted Martin Luther King at the end, or, like, I don't know, but he quoted Martin Luther King at the end, and immediately after he got off, like, the podium or whatever, after he walked back behind, like, the curtains or something, immediately after, he went on Twitter, posted a video of him trying to tell people to go buy his meme coin. Immediately after. Which is insane. Like, you're a religious figure using your position to make money, to rug pull and scam people. Like, that's insane. Alright, Stevie. But, I mean, like, that was... Thanks for tuning in, by the way. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And if you're not subscribed, I would really appreciate it if you did. It means so much. But yeah, there's that. Oh my God, we have so much to cover today. Nazi furries, that's another thing. And a small YouTuber named Mia posted a video going over, like, bread tubers and, like, the shit that they did. And if you don't know what a bread tuber is, I made a video on a character called In Praise of Shadows. It's the most popular video on my channel. He called out a bunch of people for the dumbest reasons. And although he wasn't mentioned in Mia's video, she goes over a couple other creators who are like that. Oh, you are subbed? Thank you very much. But, oh my Chromebook isn't plugged in. Hold on. There we go. But yeah, I'm going to pull up my chat on my second PC so I can monitor while I react to stuff. But like I said before, we're going over Tyler Olivera first. WillyMac's video.
Was an asshole for handing out $5 bills to the...
All right, Stevie. See you later. That's good job. Good job. Proud of you. You have a good night too. Oh yeah. Very supportive here. For real, for real. W Stevie. There we go. Now I got it pulled up. We'll head to this video. Again, this is WillyMacShow. It's the name of the channel. He's a good, I don't know why I could have sworn I was subscribed to him already, but yeah. I've been meaning to look into Tyler Olivera. I haven't really done it before, so we're doing it now. Let me know how the audio is, because I have no idea what it's like for you guys. Like if it's louder than me, if it's too quiet, let me know. I think you're in the wrong group. I don't think they specialize in coke addiction, but, you know, better than doing nothing, honestly. Good job. Good job, buddy. I can't hear. Why can't I hear?
Tyler Olivera portrays
go.
himself as a journalist.
Support our boots on the ground journalism.
Tyler Olivera is a YouTuber turned investigative journalist who filmed this.
Putting himself in danger at the core of a lot of key issues, whether that's the homeless crisis, drug epidemic, gun violence, immigration. It sounds brave until you realize he seems to over-exaggerate the danger he's in at times. It's him talking about how they're being followed, camera pans over, shows no one.
We gotta go. All right, so it's for real, we gotta go. Keep in mind, they may be right behind us. There's a guy coming this way. There's another guy.
Where's the guy? I don't see him anywhere. They're like, we're going into a park full of homeless people. We need exit strategies.
Going to these camps, you have to have an exit strategy. I know all the entrances and exits.
Okay, I know I said it. I've watched a couple of his videos, and coincidentally, this is one of them that I watched. I don't remember it being that bad. I didn't watch it too closely. I think put it on in the background while editing or something like that, but...
One, we know where to go. And just know that there are moving cars right now next to us going 80 miles an hour.
Do any of these cars look like they're going 80 miles an hour? Maybe 35. And that's if we're being generous. This guy got into a fight with a charity when investigating the homeless tunnels in Vegas, claiming they hand out weed they buy from inside the tunnels.
And when we met up with them, they told me they hand out blunts that they buy from their plug in the tunnels.
But the conversation he shows isn't really about any of that. It's all about how they don't like his friend Kevin.
They said that my friend Kevin, a leading expert in homelessness and drug addiction, who showed me Portland, Oregon's drug epidemic, was an asshole for handing out $5 bills to the homeless.
I think I'm just gonna let you guys take all this stuff, keep the money, but we don't want to step on any toes here.
Oh, you went too hard on him.
I think he's a good guy, and I think it's bullshit to call him an asshole for no reason.
You apologize
Yeah.
for calling a colleague of yours an asshole.
He's a good guy, yeah.
And there is this higher mission, like you say?
Yep.
You know, to highlight this thing. We could put aside my antisocial faux pas right there.
No, I get it. It's a difference in philosophy, but maybe it's a difference in our philosophy too. And you guys do your thing and hand out the blunts, but
it's like,
yeah.
It's not about the weed.
Yeah, but we front load the conversation with calling the one guy who we've done a video with an asshole and a piece of shit. I wish you guys the best of luck.
I feel like this
Please,
is
accept the
irrelevant.
donation.
When I watched Brandon Buckingham a lot. He's a really good YouTuber too, and I would have put a video of his on later, but it was like an hour long. But he collabed with Machine Gun Kelly and some other guy from Cleveland, Ohio, and I wanted to watch that video, but Anyway, the way he does it is like, even if somebody talks poorly about somebody that he knows or expresses an opinion that Brandon doesn't agree with, he'll just listen. And I think that's the best way to do it when conducting interviews or reacting to something, even, is just hearing them out first. Like, especially when you're talking to somebody in person, you don't want to be confrontational like Tyler's doing right now. I think, you know, like, from their perspective, that guy's an asshole, and they probably have a good reason for it. And I think Tyler is pushing it too hard here.
Kindly, if our goal is to highlight the issue as it is, then maybe we bring out our friend Kevin.
Kevin, this homeless expert in Portland, currently has 19 felony charges against him relating to stealing from nonprofits and government agencies. Kevin's whole stand is to help the homeless less because it enables their lifestyle. Meanwhile, nearly every peer-reviewed study says the opposite. This guy is an asshole. Tyler then makes up that he had to run for his life because the charity put out a hit on him.
That's me running for my life after learning a charity has ordered them to attack me on site.
The charity did not put out a hit on him. They're just saying it's dangerous if you don't go with an organization. And this really sums up Tyler's video format. He records stuff that really isn't all that interesting and then adds a voiceover to create a narrative that doesn't exist. Fast forward through his video and he's never threatened by anyone. He never runs from anyone. The actual footage is him running from a flood that doesn't exist.
And that this tunnel is about to flood with water and kill all of us.
This grows into Fox News watching his video and interviewing Kevin, who outright slanders the charity.
So-called charities are actually buying cannabis from the mole people.
So-called charities. You know how much damage that can do to actual efforts to fight real issues for all to push some political agenda? I mean, that's crazy. That's insane. This guy actually, you know, it's Fox News, and believe what you want. I didn't think they were really all that bad until more recently with this guy. But he just says stuff that's like crazy. That's like irrelevant. It doesn't make any sense. Like, there was this guy, like, shopping with his wife. Some politician. I think it was Kamala, actually. And he's like, what kind of husband goes shopping with their wife? Like, who cares? Like, that's some kind of strange thing to do. I don't know. It's completely irrelevant. It makes no sense. And they'll use clips like this to push that agenda.
Back to the mole people at a profit. Subhuman conditions. Do you feel like these so-called nonprofits see homelessness as just a business opportunity?
You know, I do, Jesse. And
he did the same thing. What did he say? 19 felony charges for stealing from charities? Stealing from nonprofits?
And,
that's crazy.
What once was a cause has become this multi-billion-dollar industry. And what we have done is that we keep the homeless comfortable on the streets. You know, we bring them marijuana, we bring them tarps and tents and food.
You could really only do this if nobody loves you. That's why I want you to call your mom, your dad, your significant other, and show them that you appreciate them this Valentine's Day. And if you want to give them a gift, why not check out Holskern? Holskern makes specialized watches and jewelry for men and women made from natural materials. And the reason
I'm not going to skip the ad because, you know, it's not my video. Shouldn't do that. Go support this guy in any way you can. But I think those are actually nice watches, to be honest. I'm giving him an ad. I like watches, to be honest. I have a small collection of like 3 of them now, but I'm hoping to. They're all like shitty, like Walmart watches. One of them's a fucking smartwatch, but I like them. I like watches. That's whack. That's whack.
This Valentine's Day, Holskern is the perfect solution. So go to holskern.com/WillyMacShow and use code WillyMac to get 15% off until February 16th. With every purchase coming with a red gift bag to make it that much more convenient. Thank you, Holskern, for sponsoring this video. Okay, back to Tyler's incredible journalism.
Back to my hotel and got these texts from Holy Smoke.
I wanted to warn you that we had 2 encampments that expected you guys, and when you weren't with us and we said why, I wonder what you said. And they said, so if they show up, would you get in trouble if we fuck them up? If they're not with you, they're not welcome. I'm advising you to not go into the tunnels.
Yeah, that's just not objective portrayal right there. You're putting on a voice. You're crafting the story. That just doesn't exist. That's not objective. That's not good journalism.
they will not welcome you or anyone else not associated with the charities they trust. $900 donation to Paisley and her organization, and they put a hit on us because I don't want to film with them?
How is that a hit? They asked why Tyler wasn't there and they told him. She's just saying it's safest to go with the charity. Tyler goes into the tunnels and finds out how dangerous it is when it floods. He frames this random homeless guy they meet as some ancient elder of the tunnels.
What's up, bro? We're good to come in? Orange?
With a bounty on our head and signs of holy smoke visiting here yesterday, I cautiously entered the tunnel and met one of their elders, Orange.
How often does it flood down here? What happens when it floods? Do you just have to get as many? You die?
Sometimes they just open the floodgates.
Just randomly?
Yeah, they get open to 101% and flood everything. A lot of people have died.
Yeah.
I mean, instantly. Right now, it could open up right now. We'd all be dead.
I know this is true in some places when they'll live in like drains by sewers and stuff like that. Like in Vegas, like it's a big problem. You have people that do actually end up drowning in these tunnels because they don't get out in time.
I don't mean to disrespect this guy's credentials, but doesn't it need to rain for the tunnels to flood? That's the only time people drown, is when there's a storm. But Tyler just pushes forward that everyone's on the verge of death.
After learning that the floodgates could open at any moment, flooding these tunnels and killing everyone.
This is insane. All of these charities come to the tunnels to provide relief, but according to Tyler, they're putting all of their volunteers' lives at risk because these floodgates could open at any moment, killing everybody in the middle of summer. Tyler then makes up that homeless people living in these tunnels just pop out of the ground through these secret entrances. He just makes up a whole story about some random woman he sees.
That woman just came out, just popped out of the tunnel. I'm genuinely curious if we can find an entry point because that woman popped out of thin air. What about right there?
Yeah.
Look at that. That might be it.
What? Oh my God, is that actually
I think it's it. Do you think she was in here? That would literally boil her alive, I'm pretty sure, yeah? This is crazy. So this woman just popped straight out of this. It's gotta be hot as hell.
Let's get a I guess it was right behind him, but let's get a better
that
look
might
at
be
that.
it.
What? Oh my God, is that actually
I think it's it. Do you think she was in here? That would literally boil her alive, I'm pretty sure.
I do not think anybody was in there.
Sure, yeah? This is crazy.
To
so
be
this
honest.
woman just popped straight out of this. It's gotta be hot as hell.
Bro, that's like 2 feet deep. You think she was curled up in a ball in there? I want to remind everybody that Tyler told the charity that he couldn't provide them.
Yeah, and like, that's like, and he saw that woman walking. He's like totally just judging her based on how she looks, assuming she just crawled out of a homeless hole. I mean, that's insane. I don't know if he like saw that hole first and then was like, hey, this will be good. Let's run it back. Or they just came across some random, I don't even know what to call that, some garbage chute.
The angle for his video because that would be scripting.
I'm just telling you the reality that our folks don't want to be documented and without prior consent and knowing exactly how they're going to be portrayed. It's called scripting, something we don't do.
Meanwhile, he just made up an entire story about a woman he saw. You're proving that the charity was right to ask you that. Tyler continues to script drama for his video by walking into a tunnel and running from a fake flood.
The floodgate had recently opened in this area, and it could open again at any point.
According to Holy Smoke, when Tyler was down there recording, it had been weeks since it rained.
After we met him, he came back the next day. Remember how dry it was, right? There had been no rains. He went down into the tunnels, and he's got footage of himself running from a flood. He's running from a non-existent flood when there hadn't been any rain in weeks.
Quick, let's be honest. We are foot deep in water.
A foot deep in water? That's like 1 centimeter at most, not even an inch.
About a fifth of a mile in, how deep did these tunnels actually go?
Anybody home?
In what world is that a fifth of a mile? They're like 20 meters into this tunnel. But it's cool, just some Tyler Olivera journalism. Just put on some scary music and act like your life's in danger.
I'm so fucking scared. This thing floods were dead, by the way.
Yeah.
They go in a different tunnel and fake hearing the floodgates open.
We're quite deep in. I can rest assured that if we have to run, it is hella slippery and everyone's falling down.
Kevin, you know what that sounded like? It sounded like a floodgate.
That does sound like a floodgate. Is that a floodgate? Okay, let's go. Let's go.
You know what this reminds me of? You know, like, I don't know, I hope somebody can relate to this, but you know when you're young and like you and your siblings or like you and your friends go into like your basement or something and you like go pretend ghost hunting and like try to convince yourself that you saw a ghost and it's just like fucking trash bag or something. Or like you throw something at the wall and like, oh my god, look. That's what this feels like. This reminds me of like 2 kids just running around in a basement convincing themselves that they saw something. Except this is a grown man doing it in real life and turning it into a video.
Is that a floodgate? Oh, I thought we were gonna die.
Wow, was that a floodgate? No, it hasn't rained. There's been former homeless people to go on the news and explain how it works.
We asked him what he would tell decision makers about what would save lives when it comes to flash flooding and the homeless.
I would tell them, you know, post signs is not enough. There still should be someone comes past and let everybody know, hey, we're really expecting this amount of rain and it'll be wise for you guys to get out. Anybody, one person is enough to save everybody down their life. A better warning system for them, and not everybody have phones, not everybody know it's raining. When they're in the tunnels, they could be asleep and not even know it's raining and wake up to water to their waist.
It's called scripting, something we don't do.
Who is he kidding? This entire video is scripted.
Foot deep in water. So this woman just popped straight out of this.
Also, at the beginning of the video, he said this clip was from the charity putting out a hit on him.
That's me running for my life after learning a charity has ordered them to attack me on site and that this tunnel is about to flood with water and kill all of us.
He just lied. It has nothing to do with that. This video ends with Tyler expanding on allegations made towards the charity, saying that they're buying weed from inside the tunnels.
Final fact you'll love is that this nonprofit buys the weed they hand out. They claim to have a plug in the tunnels.
We have the most overdoses and deaths in history due to fentanyl, and so you are buying marijuana off the streets. I hope to God that's not true. And if that is happening, I mean, buying drugs off the street and redistributing it, and you are a non-profit 501(c)(3), what is wrong with you? Marijuana is almost always laced with fentanyl. That is completely unethical.
We never see where this claim originates. Not once on camera does Tyler confront Holy Smoke about it, despite him recording their entire argument. He just has this claim as an investigative journalist. Seems suspicious. Kevin continues to hammer this charity, repeating that they're redistributing weed inside the tunnels.
My question to you is, how many people have overdosed and died because of this? If you're doing this, you got blood in your hands, brother.
So Holy Smoke now puts out hits on people and murders people with fentanyl-laced weed. Tyler's video would go viral, being picked up by Fox News, and his tall tale would grow even more.
But overdoses,
Oh, this video was about Vegas.
aren't the
Okay.
biggest threat. A flood could wipe out 2,000 souls in an instant.
And I mentioned Brandon Buckingham's video because he talked about it on the Unsubscribe podcast once, and he did mention that when it rains, people do get swept up and die, and the former homeless man confirmed that.
And make Katrina look like child's play.
This is off topic, but where's this guy getting that 2,000 people would die in an instant? That would be every single person in the tunnels and then some. These tunnels get used every time it rains. It doesn't need to be exaggerated to mass casualties, Hurricane Katrina levels of casualties, to be an interesting story. This anchor then accuses Holy Smoke of making money by selling weed, a brand new allegation.
So-called charities are actually buying cannabis from the mole people and then selling it back to the mole people at a profit. Homeless drug addicts are now just a means by which nonprofits make a profit and by which big government gets even bigger. And they're getting better at hiding the money because now it's going underground.
There's not one receipt, no new information has been put out. How many new lies do we get to make up before this becomes slander? Fox then brings on Kevin Dahlgren.
There are actual consequences to lies like this.
Who certifies all this information.
Like Kevin Dahlgren, a homeless outreach volunteer who interviewed some of these mole people.
Now, of course, you had mentioned this nonprofit where you would hope that people are down there helping them, but their main purpose is to supply them with weed. That's what they do. We couldn't even believe it.
Ignore that Tyler opens his video packing over 100 meals with Holy Smokes. It's become a story where every time they tell it, it gets a new fabricated detail. Now they talk about how they met homeless people who have gone blind from
What a
living
stab in the back. Tyler Olivera actually worked with that same charity. He's now accusing them of these terrible things that aren't true. I mean, what? Like, he could do that. I mean, that's just a scummy thing to do. Just turn your backs on them like that.
Actual mole people?
The deeper we go down there, the more we found legitimate mole people that just live in pitch darkness that are completely blind. I mean, it was crazy down there.
Crazy how that just didn't make Tyler's video. It would have been good content. It's because it's completely made up. So what is the truth behind Holy Smoke? I took the time to email Holy Smoke to hear about what they did and their side of the story. Holy Smoke's mission is to provide relief to the homeless. In 2023, they claim to have provided over 5,200 meals, 2,600 socks, 200 cases of water, found permanent housing for 8 people, and created a mailbox to help get people their IDs and reconnect to their families. All things Kevin says the charity doesn't do, even though Tyler participated in some of it.
Subhuman conditions. Do you feel like these so-called nonprofits see homelessness as just a business opportunity?
You know, I do, Jesse, and what once was a cause has become this multi-billion-dollar industry, and what we have done is that we keep the homeless comfortable on the streets. Where's the real help? Where's the help recovering and helping you with your mental health issues or getting them IDs or communication with their family? All the important stuff that actually breaks the cycle of homelessness, that really isn't a big part of this industry. The industry needs these...
I gotta go watch Brandon Buckingham's video on this now, because what he said was totally different. Like, what he learned isn't based on some made-up narrative. He interviewed these people. He interviewed the homeless. And one of the conclusions that they came to, and it was, yeah, a lot of these people, they won't get off the streets. And a lot of that is because a lot of them don't really want to. How he put it was that it's borderline a choice, them living out there like that. Because, like, the homeless shelters there are options for them, but the shelters are empty. I think the only way that you could actually remove these people from the streets is by force, and that's not. And how do you do that without it being unethical? I don't know. That's certainly not for me to figure out. I have no clue.
These people to stay on the streets.
But what about the handing out cannabis allegations? In an email I received back from Holy Smoke, they said, "We never bought weed from homeless people. Weed is legal and cheap in Las Vegas. The entire assertion is absurd. We don't hand out weed to anyone. Holy Smoke is not a harm reduction charity. We are simply weed friendly, which does distinguish us from puritanical organizations. In Las Vegas, it is extremely normal for someone in a group to have a vape pen. They are welcome to hit it." Is Tyler blatantly lying? Yes. We have no idea where this fiction comes from. He and his colleague Delgren seem to just make stuff up. The claim that people living in the tunnels have gone blind shows the bizarre levels of fantasy they indulge in. It seems they just make up hoaxes. Holy Smoke then claims they received death threats from Tyler's video. A lot of charity organizations will deny people resources if they're under the influence. Holy Smoke doesn't. People, including volunteers, bring marijuana, share it, and smoke it. They don't care. You see me having a drink with my friend Larry? Same thing. There's no sense of us distributing alcohol to homeless people. I know Larry. I know he isn't an alcoholic. During the time he was homeless, we'd have a drink here and there, keep his spirits up, and remind him of his life before. Through much persistence, we got Larry back inside. So whether you agree with their methods or not, they do have some success stories. Holy Smoke adamantly claims that they don't distribute or hand out cannabis, but they do bring it and share it. Now, I don't know if they make this distinction for legal purposes or not, but they firmly stand by those definitions. Tyler thinking it's not ethical for them to do this is fine, but what's crazy is how much he villainizes them for it without ever asking a single question on camera. He never confirms anything in his video. It's funny because if you watch Tyler's video, you could see this weed narrative grow more and more elaborate. First, it was them handing out weed to homeless people. Then it was they're buying lace weed from in the tunnels and redistributing it, killing people.
My question to you is how many people have overdosed and died because of this? If you're doing this, you got blood in your hands, brother.
And then finally it becomes they're buying laced weed from in the tunnels and then selling it back for profit. They're part of the homeless outreach billion-dollar industry.
So-called charities are actually buying cannabis from the mole people and then selling it back to the mole people at a profit. Homeless drug addicts are now just a means by which nonprofits make a profit and by which big government gets even bigger.
Holy Smoke is a very small team. I believe everybody on it works separate jobs. This is primarily volunteer work, so Kevin coming up with this narrative is slander.
Yeah, and they said that they've received death threats, man. Like real consequences that are harming these operations. And the success stories that he talked about. That Larry guy, they're trying to relate to him. They're trying to get onto his level. They're trying to empathize. They're not trying to remove them by force. They're not trying to tell them how to live. They're getting to know them. They're treating them like people and not a problem.
It has become this multi-billion-dollar industry, and what we have done is that we keep the homeless comfortable on the streets.
It's crazy because Kevin is the one with 25 charges against him, some of which are stealing from nonprofits. The only person who is a corrupt thief is Kevin. When Kevin's indictment was made public, Tyler would defend him, saying, "What happened to innocent until proven guilty?" Well, Tyler must have some hard evidence to accuse Holy Smoke of charity fraud and illegally distributing drugs, so I reached out to Tyler and he wrote up an entire document for me. He says he had an off-the-record conversation with Holy Smoke prior to filming the video. It required him to donate $900 before meeting with him, and they would guide him through the tunnels. Holy Smoke proudly told us that they hand out weed to homeless people. Holy Smoke even went on to say that they supported a local plug who lived in the tunnels himself, whom they bought the weed from and handed out to other homeless folks in the tunnels. So it's a he said, she said situation. However, Tyler's falling out with Holy Smoke happened on camera that same day. But their argument doesn't seem to be about this plug in the tunnels. In fact, it doesn't come up once. It's entirely about how they don't like Kevin Dahlgren.
I think I'm just gonna let you guys take all this stuff, keep the money, but we don't want to step on any toes here.
Oh, you went too hard on him.
I think he's a good guy, and I think it's bullshit to call him an asshole for no reason.
You apologize
Yeah.
for calling a colleague of yours an asshole?
He's a good guy, yeah.
And there is this higher mission, like you say?
Yep.
You know, to highlight this thing? We could put aside my antisocial faux pas right there.
No, I get it. It's a difference in philosophy, but maybe it's a difference in our philosophy too. And you guys do your thing and hand out the blunts, but
it's like,
yeah.
It's not about the weed.
Yeah, but we front load the conversation with calling the one guy who we've done a video with an asshole and a piece of shit. I wish you guys the best of luck. Please accept the donation kindly. If our goal is to highlight the issue as it is, then maybe we bring out our friend Kevin.
If you think what they're doing is immoral, then why would you let them keep the money? How is this the extent of the conversation? As you can tell, this conversation is extremely cut up, and I don't believe for a second that Tyler would be arguing with this charity about their methods and not bring up all the illegal activity that they're doing. So I asked him for the raw footage of this exact conversation. He sent me the document I showed you earlier, but no footage. I asked for it again, and he didn't provide it. So I asked him a third time, and he said he would, but never did. So I asked a fourth time. This has been going on for 5 days now. I reiterated why it was important for me to see. He directly responds to me saying, "The idea that you don't bring up a single time that they're buying weed from in the tunnels and redistributing it as you were beefing with them would be shocking." And Tyler replies, "Same day, but yes. It's almost 2 years old. Going through stacks of hard drives. We'll see if I can find it." How do you organize your videos? You responded to Vince with the raw footage right away. He never got back to me. So I asked a fifth time. No response. What a big story Tyler is uncovering about this charity, and he never even attempts to ask them on camera. I just don't believe it. It doesn't make any sense. Fox News would take their segment off their website, probably because it's not based on any factuality. I want to point out in Tyler's document, he writes, "Given that our video's subject matter revolves heavily around addiction and mental health," in reality it wasn't. It's mostly him just pogging out in the tunnels, but whatever. It felt extremely counterintuitive and unprofessional to hand out weed to people suffering from a mental crisis and pre-existing drug addictions that could potentially be exaggerated. If Tyler feels that way, that's totally fair. They know what they're doing is unorthodox, but Tyler, I gotta ask, how are you surprised? The founders are all potheads. It's called Holy Smoke. Their method is to provide people with a good time and community in hopes that they ask for help, and they've had some positive results. In your tweet defending Kevin, who stole from government and nonprofit funds, you wrote, "You were so quick to silence someone because they disagree with your methods, and you're failing to see the bigger picture." How does that apply to Kevin of all people and not Holy Smoke? Oh yeah, you know what, Tyler? I do disagree with Kevin's methods. Stealing money from charity is wrong. So in a single video, Tyler makes up that a charity put a hit on him, that the charity is mass distributing illegal marijuana. On Fox News, it became part of a for-profit billion-dollar industry. He makes up a homeless lady popped out of a $1
billion
running for
industry
his life, and platformed an expert that was already famous for making unsubstantiated claims about homelessness. He made up that the tunnels were making people blind, and then was charged with the same corruption he accused the charity of. But what if I told you that this wasn't the first time Tyler has done this?
Kiss my ass, kiss my ass, kiss my ass.
Tyler brings in experts in his videos to provide extra clarity all the time, but he never tells the audience how controversial these
Another
people
video
really are.
of Tyler's that I watched was him going around Poland with like the prime minister or something, and that was an interesting video to watch. And there was actually a clip from that went viral of them like asking some group of women like what type of people they think is ruining the country, or like is the biggest threat to them, and like they were just, and the questions were so obviously asked in a way to try and make them say a certain race, because that's what they did with a couple other people they interviewed. And it's insane. I wonder if he brings that up in this video. That'd be interesting if he did, but
Carmine Marcino, who works in Lee County, Florida. Carmine was attracting a lot of bad press because the county police budget was ballooning, going from $196 million in 2020 to $315 million in 2024. They got robo-dogs and Avengers-esque monitor setup, little cutting-edge baby drones.
This is our Black Hornet stealth drone.
What?
It's a little helicopter and it fits in the palm of your hand. We are the first law enforcement agency to purchase this in the country. This is typically for military purposes, but now they opened it up to law enforcement.
But apparently it's been worth it because Tyler claims that they've gone from the 6th most dangerous county in the country to the 3rd safest.
Plus utilizing our general fund in our budget. When you take drugs and guns off the streets,
I wonder how
the
they're
crime
gonna
rate goes down,
make this one
quality
look
of life
bad.
goes up. And
I
Lee
don't know.
County's really, leading the way.
In fact, Sheriff Marcino claims that in 2020, when he was elected sheriff, he took Lee County from the 6th most unsafe city in America to the 3rd safest county in the nation when it comes to violent crime. While I can neither confirm nor deny that statistic, here's a graph of the violent crime in Lee County since 2020.
That's not a graph of the violent crime rate. That's the total amount of homicides by year. And at this point, it was only April of 2024. He's literally showing an out-of-context graph. What do you mean you can't confirm or deny this?
Yeah, it's stuff like this that he
Google.
was
If you
accused
look up
of.
violent
It's like,
crime rates in Florida by year, you can see that since...
It's not bad when those issues are looked at individually, but there are so many of them that they add up, and it's like, it goes from like a simple mistake to incompetence to almost intentionally crafting this narrative to make your videos more interesting. And as we saw with that last like Vegas video, it's becoming, there are actual consequences to it.
Sheriff Carmine's taken over, things have made pretty much the same in Lee County, being its safest in 2019. It was nowhere near the 6th most dangerous county in the nation, let alone Florida. It was actually the 11th safest. And in 2023, was Lee County the 3rd safest county in the nation when it comes to violent crime? No, it wasn't even 3rd in Florida. It was 10. Its crime rate actually went up a little bit. Investigative journalist, by the way. On top of that, Sheriff Carmine is now being investigated by the FBI for money laundering and misappropriating funds. He was issued a federal subpoena this last November.
The investigation began after former deputy Mike Hollow, who ran against Marcino in November and lost, said that he met with the FBI after Marcino's longtime friend Ken Romano claimed that he was being paid $5,700 a month for next to no work.
If I went 5 times in the 6 months I worked there, it was a lot.
Romano said every month he would take $1,700 and funnel it to Marcino's father so he could pay for a Mercedes.
Every month I would just give his father the money. I would take cash, I'd throw it on top of the medicine cabinet.
Now, NBC2 obtained 14 similar consultant agreements.
Bro, this guy has 14 other agreements like this. Tyler has 2 experts on, and both of them are credibly accused of stealing money from taxpayers. Another time, Tyler goes to Seattle and meets up with Jonathan Cho, a homeless expert and journalist. What makes this guy a homeless expert?
Yeah, this is the
Well,
video
he just
I watched.
films homeless people. He's the guy that walked around with Tyler saying they were being followed, but when the camera pans, it shows no one there.
Began to enter homeless camps right next to the highway and realized we were being followed.
They're obviously,
They're following us, bro. So it's time to move. Tyler, for real.
Okay, all right, we gotta go. All right, so it's for real, we gotta go. Keep in mind, they may be right behind us. There's a guy coming this way. There's another guy. Yeah. Let's be aware of our surroundings. Seriously, watch out.
The enemy is closing in on our position from every direction. Look, there's another guy. Like, where could have this man been? In the middle of the street? Is he a ghost dodging 80-mile-per-hour cars?
Literally, we are at an overpass right now. This is wild.
What's wild about that? You're on a 2-lane road. Nothing about that is remotely interesting. They walk into an area with a homeless encampment.
I mean,
Every
I don't
city
know. I mean, a lot of these places can be quite dangerous, even when there's no, like, active perceived threat in the area. I mean, it could, they could have saw someone and they're just off camera. That's entirely possible, and I don't know. It doesn't seem like the safest area either.
lived in has one of these, and they're like, we need exit strategies.
Going to these camps, you have to have an exit strategy. I know all the entrances and exits. That's one. We know where to go.
He acts like he's in the jungles of Vietnam. I know every path. Brother, you're in a park. Just follow the paved sidewalk. They'll ask homeless people if they need anything, and when they say no, Tyler and Cho will look at each other and be like, see, they love being homeless.
While drug addiction kept many of these people on the streets, we stumbled upon this giant fortress that led me to wonder if some of these people actually preferred living on the streets. This is a pretty epic fortress you have here almost. How long did it take to build this?
It's not done yet.
You feel safe out here?
It almost feels like home, I guess.
Hey there. How's it going?
Is it too cold for you out
Yeah,
here?
that's not exactly.
Okay, fair. Do you need any help from anyone? And if so, how could someone help you?
I don't need any more help.
Okay.
I got all the things I need.
Notice what he said. He said he's choosing this.
Oh, the lifestyle.
He didn't say that at all. Neither of those guys said that.
The lifestyle.
Sure.
That is the piece that
I guess.
certain homeless advocates don't want out there. And what do you do about these people in society?
I don't know.
These are the people who've given up on society. They're done. They don't want to work anymore. They don't want to pay taxes. They don't want to pay their bills.
There are some people who want to be homeless, but they're pretty rare. Tyler doesn't run into a single person who says that in this video. They see a dude who owns a generator and they're like, must mean he
Cool
loves
dog.
poverty.
Yeah, I just wanted to show
That's awesome. I like that.
you. I mean, these guys are all self-sufficient. Everyone's running like generators here. There's power. There's electricity.
Oh, we're just watching some videos. I need to make some videos, and this is one of the situations. This, I don't know if you know Tyler Olivera or Olivera, or whatever. Apparently, he's not a very good journalist, and we're watching a video that tries to prove that.
It seemed like some of these homeless people just didn't want to be
Just
part
kind
of
of doing some
society.
research here.
To his viewers, what is your thought process while watching this? Well, he is getting a haircut. Must mean he doesn't want to join society. Did you ask him that? Did he say that? Nope. Okay, just make it up. That's cool. In another video, Tyler would go to Vancouver and imply that all of these convenience stores were only staying open because homeless people smoke fentanyl out of the bongs they buy.
Once again, it is quite easy to get some drug paraphernalia. And of course, you got the food desert items right here. You got 3 cereal boxes for $15. Knives, only $25. All hats, only $25. Spend $50 on a bong and torch. Get free butane, 3 butane for only $10.
He acts like these shops' entire business strategy is around serving the homeless. Like they're buying $25 knives and smoking fentanyl out of Pokemon
You're a
bong.
small creator, cool dog? Same. The same, bro. We're on that grind, you know? I can check out your channel if you want. When I'm done with this, I'd love to, you know? Definitely check out your stuff. If you're chatting from your channel, then that'd be great.
Now, is it most likely that? or
Yeah,
is it
absolutely,
jobs and
dude.
money
Just
for
when I'm
smoking
done with
weed?
this video,
Because weed
I'll check out your channel. No problem.
is legal in Canada. I'm gonna go with the latter. He says nonprofits are incentivized.
One sub. When did you start making videos? Is this like your first day or like what? That's because I mean, yeah, this wasn't my first try doing YouTube. I did it in 2020. It's like a gaming channel. I did it for 2 years. Made I only got 15 subs that whole time, and that's now my second channel. 2 days ago. All right. Well, yeah, I'm more than happy to check it out. You know, I always love it when
Tyler interviews this guy.
I think that I'd like to do that. I mean, I'm not.
Bongs.
You know, I'm not that big, but when I do get to that big enough to where I can shout out some other creators, you know, we gotta work together. I still think I'm relatively small, but I mean, dude, 6 months ago I would have killed to have the sub count that I have now. It's so cool, and I'm so glad you're doing it too, because it's I recommend anybody starts a channel, because that rush you get from gaining subs and people actually want to listen to what you have to say. It's cool. Thanks, man. Thanks. I appreciate that.
Bongs. It's easier to get a bong out here than it is a monster.
And not to mention needles, foil, and anything else you might need to support your crippling drug addiction. It's almost like nonprofits and NGOs are incentivized to help keep these people addicted to drugs rather than guiding them towards rehabilitation and sobriety.
And I've been smoking crack all day.
Oh, No, I hear you.
It's the drug users.
My question, though, is reduce the harm, keep that person alive. But if there's no emphasis on helping that person detox, get into rehab at some point, if you can get acutely poisoned much faster with something like this, then maybe alcohol is my argument. Government's not going out handing out vodka shots, right?
They provide drugs and needles to prevent the spread of disease and overdoses. What would handing out vodka do for alcoholics? It makes no sense. But I will give Tyler credit. He at least talks to a homeless expert in Dr. Summers. But like all of Tyler's experts, they're shrouded in controversy. This guy has letters written by his peers saying he cites evidence that doesn't exist. I wish to clarify some strong conclusions.
Because I wonder, it shouldn't be that hard to find somebody who works in this field who's actually good at what they do and is not looking to exploit not looking to profit from the situation. And, you know, so far that's basically the only people that Tyler hires as experts. I don't know. That's what it seems like.
Summers has regarding scattered versus congregate housing. Work we did together in the Vancouver at Home project did not find significant differences in residential stability among participants who were randomly assigned scattered versus congregate housing. I am not aware of the evidence he's referring to. And what does Dr. Summers talk about in Tyler's video? It's about how scattered housing is better.
One of the studies that we did along these lines involved offering people choices of housing. Housing in intact buildings where the sort of the social mix was already established. It was people paying rent, going about their lives. We went ahead and did it, and it was successful.
He then tells a story about how the government hated his research he did in 2020, saying safe supply was harmful, and how they're trying to silence him by making him burn all of his data.
What did the government do in response to your research, which seems like a solution to a lot of these problems?
This research built up over 20 years. Several investigators.
I am curious, Cool Dog, what kind of content do you make?
A lot of PhD trainees developed their research and adding to this pool of data. And we got to the point of drawing it all together and saying we put together a proposal to begin scaling up effective supports for people in multiple regions of BC and evaluating what we were doing. And we presented that to the government. And what I didn't know when I made this recommendation, this presentation, is that the government had already committed financially to a massive expansion of housing people altogether and providing them with drugs. Because I'm an honest person and I thought I was speaking to people with integrity.
Sure.
I said one of the things we're going to be able to do with this updated information is evaluate some of the public services that have been operating through the COVID years.
Oh, damn. All right, man. Come back if you can. I'd love to check out that channel.
During which we had expanded this model of congregating people together. 1 week after I made this presentation to deputy ministers, we received a letter from the government ordering us to immediately destroy all of the data and sanitize hard drives. And
20 years of work down the drain.
I mean, massive data holdings covering like about 250,000 people.
That would have effectively helped anyone in this situation.
When I first saw this, I was like, that's crazy. The government's trying to silence and punish a dude who's just trying to help people. So I looked up this letter, and they do tell him to delete and sanitize his database called the IMED. But when I read the letter, they act like it's standard practice because they're moving to a new database called the Data Initiative Program, which was started in 2018. That the data is or will be broader in scope than that of which is provided by Dr. Summers' database, and says it's because the information sharing agreement is up between the government ministries and the college Summers works for as of March 31st, 2021, and that the ministry's data will be available on the Data Initiative Program. So to me, it really doesn't sound like this.
I'm curious to see how Tyler reacts to this, because he's been in a couple controversies with like Soft White Underbelly, like a couple other creators. I cannot for the life of me remember their names because honestly I didn't find their videos that interesting, but Tyler always has some kind of response to them, and a lot of commentary videos get made because Tyler just always wants to argue with these creators. And Hassan had a hard time fighting with Willy, so I'm very interested to see how Tyler will fight back. Tyler is a weenie. True.
This conspiracy of the
Allegedly,
government committing to funding.
Allegedly
it
a
sounds
weenie.
like standard practice, so I emailed Dr. Summers for clarification. He says that asking him to move to the new database was absurd because it hadn't been built yet, and it would not be capable of replacing the data they had collected when it was fully built. He claims that the government is just lying. So I asked Dr. Summers if he could provide any evidence that the database was incomplete, because I imagine there would be hundreds of researchers upset by this. He never does, instead repeating that it's inappropriate for the government to act this way. So finally I said screw it and emailed the head of the Canadian Government Ministry of Public Safety, Leah Grainer, who wrote the letter to Dr. Summers. And she claims that Dr. Summers' database was exclusively used by Summers and his students, and that the Data Initiative Program was available to
Tyler
all
is an alleged journalist and confirmed weenie. That dude, top tier comment right there. I like that. Alleged journalist and confirmed weenie. I'll probably make a video. I'll keep that in the video. That's good job.
academic and
I like
government
that.
researchers. He then says all previous data provided by Summers in his database is on the New Data Initiative program, as well as a wide array of new data from other ministries. So somebody is lying. When I asked about the request to delete his database, Leah Griner clarified that information sharing agreements have always been limited to specific timeframes. Timeframes of sharing agreements with researchers are shared so that expectations
As a
around
gooner, I had to click on this stream. Well, you are in the right place, my friend. Only gooners in this chat.
data retention / destruction are clear, and timeframes are agreed upon before data is shared. So she makes it sound like standard practice.
I just noticed fruit salad. Great name. I love fruit salad.
Using each other a blind. She ends with the new database is available to Dr. Summers to continue
Fruit
his
salad.
research should he choose. The point
Oh,
of me taking
that-
you down
oh,
this
that's-
rabbit hole is to say that
probably
Tyler
wouldn't-
should be doing this before
I'm not
bringing
even
Dr. Summers on as the premier
acknowledge
expert
that.
on homelessness
salad
and
is just
victim
funny.
of the government. This guy has a letter written about him signed
Don't
by
think
50
about it
of
too
his
much.
peers saying that
And
his
it's
research is
funny.
low quality and that he cherry picks data. He had a study on safe supplies saying it was ineffective. And when it was assessed, it was deemed a critically low quality review. When I asked Dr. Summers about this, he claims that the criticism is bullshit. It's like evaluating for the safety of a motorcycle using a checklist that's designed for cars. And maybe he's right, everybody's wrong but him. But Tyler should be upfront with this information. His experts are always controversial and have these scandals, typically the minority opinion in their field. It doesn't seem like an accident. Tyler does this on purpose. Tyler decided to check out the city of Minneapolis 4 years after George Floyd's death. His experts in this video were Bob Kroll, president of the police union. Good, he'll be able to provide some first-hand insight. But he's also had multiple accusations of using excessive force. He was suspended multiple times for this, paid out in lawsuit. Tyler never discloses this. Bob's just the calm guy handling things right.
I just released a written statement, and that was within.
And this is always a tricky one to cover. Absolutely. That, like, no matter what his take is on this is going to be, it's not going to be taken well.
A day or two after, very brief, that,
And,
the office.
I'm like, how insane is it when you're on a video about George Floyd, like a video that wouldn't happen without that event? The person you bring on as an expert has had multiple instances of using excessive force. Like, that's what a terrible example to set there. Just
Officers are cooperating in the process.
It's almost
and
funny
Let's be
how
calm and
awful
not
that
jump
is.
to judgment. And I was apparently villainized for that.
Why was that controversial?
I still to this day don't know that answer to that. If you read the statement, there's nothing controversial about it.
If you actually
like, I always appreciate, when people attempt to, like, challenge the narrative or whatever, and, like, try to, ask questions and all that stuff. I think that's fine, but I feel like what Tyler seems to be doing is just crafting a narrative that, like, it's okay to question things without being ignorant of what is actually happening.
pause and read his statement. He calls BLM a terrorist organization and that everything would be fine if they just talked about the violent criminal history of George Floyd. It's him trying to figure out a PR angle.
I just released a written statement that, the officers are cooperating in the process, and let's be calm and not jump to judgment.
That's not what that letter said at all. Tyler's other expert for this video is Bob's wife, Liz Collins, who made the documentary The Fall of Minneapolis, claiming that Chauvin is innocent. Now, I don't care if you think Chauvin is innocent or not. My point is that nearly everything in this documentary is wrong. The doc claims that instead of showing body cam footage, the prosecution repeatedly showed a still picture of George Floyd getting kneeled on. But that's just not true. If you read articles written by reporters who followed this case, you'll see that they watched different camera angles and video footage 166 times. They claim that Baker, the guy who did the autopsy, changed his report.
The original autopsy was done 12 hours after he was declared dead. The official report that came out a little bit later, I'm told, was changed after the family had a review by 2 other forensic examiners.
Changed by who? What's your source? He never says. We're just supposed to believe it. Baker, in the trial, testified, I would still classify it as a homicide today, but they never mentioned this in the doc because it doesn't fit their narrative. If you want to interview people that have these conspiracies, do it. I enjoy content like this, but at least look into it beforehand just a little bit. He frames them as if they're entirely right, as if they've uncovered something. Nearly every questioning claim she makes in this documentary can be disproven just by reading the court case. Tyler, it's your video. It's not called The Conspiracies of George Floyd. It's called I Investigated George Floyd's Murder. Murder in quotation marks. But really, the word investigated should be in quotation marks because you didn't look into anything. Tyler has a video where he goes to Springfield, Ohio and asks about the Haitian immigrants eating cats and geese.
Springfield, Ohio.
Oh, man. I'd love to see how he covers this. That was just funny. I don't think when people talk about this, I do not take it seriously at all. I just think it's hilarious. Just after that debate, like, I laughed aloud, like, watching that. It was so funny.
It was once a small town in Ohio home to roughly 60,000 working-class Americans until 20,000 plus Haitian immigrants flooded into town with rumors of them eating the neighbors' cats and local geese.
What did you do? Why'd you kill the cat? Did you eat that cat? Did you eat it?
I've seen a video of a guy getting a Canadian goose, a Haitian dude.
Oh yeah, and the context behind this, I don't even know. I'm not going to judge him too quickly because maybe he does actually say what happened. But that guy was just moving the goose out of the street because it was in the way. It like got hit by a car, and he was just moving it. Something that it's a very nice, very good thing to do. Most people wouldn't, stop and go out of the way to do that.
Haitians taking cats.
Tyler's video came out on September 11th, 2024. At this point, that video and picture had already been debunked. The woman eating the cat was not from Springfield. She was from Canton, and she was not a Haitian immigrant. She was American. Authorities have made clear that there's no evidence of cats or any other pets being harmed. As for the goose photo, again, it had already been debunked as a Reddit post dating all the way back to July. It was in Columbus, Ohio, not Springfield, completely irrelevant. As Vince has pointed out, there's no way Tyler can tell if this guy is Haitian or not. 2 days after Tyler posted his video, it was revealed that the geese were hit in a car accident. And in that county, that guy's totally in the clear to have them. So in both instances, it's just fake news. And Tyler made a video anyway where residents cited a fake Facebook post as if it was true.
I heard on Twitter that cats are getting kidnapped. Is that true?
Yes, my mom actually seen a post on Facebook. There was Haitians in a white van driving around the neighborhoods collecting cats.
For what?
Skinning them and eating them. Snyder Park, our actual park. If a Haitian is caught walking the grounds down there, they can get arrested because they're going down there and they're killing the Canadian geese so they can take them home and eat them.
One guy wildly claims that the Haitians are driving around this truck piling all the cats in the back. No photo, no video. Tyler never asked another resident if this is true.
We've lost a whole bunch of cats. There was a van pulled over that had over 100 cats in it with the Haitians.
And this is so funny. I feel like this is another example of like mass hysteria. You know, like the New Jersey drone thing. I think that's a lot similar to this. To be honest, if I was driving a white van and some Haitians needed a ride, I would help them out. I mean, yeah, valid. Honestly, valid. I think. But yeah, like mass hysteria, man. Like, I think that's the only reason why this is going on. Because I don't think any of this, like 90%, what they're saying is just didn't happen. But like I was saying about the New Jersey drone thing, just a couple people start believing it, and it just spreads like crazy. People say they saw something. It was like the War of the Worlds broadcast. Back in the, I don't know when, 50s or so. But probably earlier than that, actually. I don't know. But I think that's what's going on here, just mass hysteria.
Actually?
Yeah.
Not fake news.
Not fake news.
So a van was collecting cats and eating them.
I watched it happen, yeah. Watched them get pulled over with the cats and admit to the police that they was eating them.
You're not joshing with me.
No, I'm almost 50 years old, buddy. I don't, no.
Bro,
no.
Well, it must be true.
I'm almost 50 years old. Dude, if you're old, okay, I cannot wait to be old. I mean, maybe I can, but there are some downsides to it. But you could just, like, mess with anybody. Like, I feel like the older you get, if you have a certain mindset, the less you care. And the more you'll just joke and spread shit just for the hell of it, just because it's funny. Like, look at that face. He is not serious. There is no way. He's fibbing. He's joshing. That's funny.
This is crazy. The entire premise of this video is based off of already debunked claims. Tyler's local expert that he brings on repeats these debunked claims.
So out of pure luck, I met up with Anthony Harris, the guy who went viral for giving this speech at Springfield's town hall.
These Haitians are running into trash cans. They're running into buildings. They flipping cars in the middle of the street. They're in the park grabbing up ducks by their neck and cutting their head off and walking off with them and eating them. Like,
this guy would later admit he went to town hall and said all of this without ever seeing anything.
The same day I went down there, somebody tagged me in a Facebook status and it was like, Anthony,
Me and my kid was just in the park, and then they just went up and grabbed a goose and cut his head off, and then ran off and was eating it. I said, what the f? I said, no, why would they do that? And then I went down there and I told the people downtown, like, what's up? Like, what y'all gonna do about this?
Yeah, so somebody told you that you didn't actually see it.
I never seen that shit.
Tyler never once asked him if he saw it firsthand.
This guy right here, my Haitian dude. Yo, bonjour.
You got a cat right beside him.
This is funny, but this guy's also spreading actual misinformation about it.
It is
Vince would
funny,
point out a
though.
lot of this in his video. Meanwhile, Tyler's response was to lie, say that he wasn't showing the full story.
Vince will selectively only show you one side of the groups of people I interview and not show you the others.
Now that all the immigrants have gotten here, guess what? You're getting new stoplights.
Say hello, they'll smile to you. I don't know how many times I still sleep with my doors open.
Oh yeah, interesting.
And I've never had to worry about it. It's more the Americans.
Here, Tyler is defending his Springfield video by showing a completely different video. It is so dishonest.
Ironically, we may have found the most accepting, loving town in America. And so I ask you, how can I both
What?
co-sign this answer and
Okay, so
this
he's using a
answer?
different instance to justify, or to prove them wrong. I don't know. I don't think... I mean, it is dishonest, but not in the way that Willie's saying is kind of what I'm trying to get at.
Same video.
Because it's not the same video. This is called lying. There's no other way to go about it.
X gon' give it to you. Wait for you to get it on your own. X gon' deliver to you.
Tyler really likes to repeat that mainstream media is bought and corrupt.
You want more boots on the ground news like this? That's not limited by what sponsorships will approve or what YouTube will monetize, and that's not bought and paid for like mainstream media. I want to make this YouTube channel fully independent, and I need your help.
That he's becoming a journalist.
Tyler Olivera is a YouTuber turned investigative journalist who filmed this.
And that he does authentic on-the-ground reporting. Support his journalistic efforts on Patreon.
Subscribe to my Patreon at patreon.com/Tyler Olivera for as little as $5 a month. Help support our boots on the ground journalism.
But is it really authentic on-the-ground journalism when he goes to places and just makes up how in danger he is, fabricates what he sees? His experts then repeat this made-up finding on national television, spreading this information farther. The experts he brings on tend to be critically panned by his...
That is entirely possible, Ben. Like, all these... Does he any time something like a disease or a war breaks out, it is always used for as some political agenda. Somebody will use it to justify some retarded laws or something like that. It'll be made political when it doesn't need to be. It's not on the surface level, but yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised either.
Peers. Sometimes they even have charges, investigations being done on them, never double checking their claims because he can't use Google. At what point is Tyler being a worse version of the biased media he hates so much? Tyler's new 2025 resolution is to tell the uncomfortable truth, that unbiased news is a myth, and that he mostly agrees with those branded as far right. He signs off saying, if that makes me a far right fascist Nazi, then so be it. I'm not calling you far right or a Nazi, I'm calling you retarded. Bro doesn't know how to use Google. You're in the running with the son for the worst journalist I've ever seen. There's so much more I could say about Tyler. I've quite literally only scratched the surface of his content. I find his response to Vince particularly interesting. As of right now, I genuinely think you slandered a charity for views and you should be sued for that. You should fix it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel and buy your...
Yeah, I really like... Dude, this was a good video, honestly. And I like how it doesn't cover anything that any other channels have covered so far. It's pretty original. Like, this was all... news to me. Like, I didn't know about any of this stuff. So, yeah, there was that one guy who tuned into the stream. I don't know if he's still here. He probably isn't, but I told him that I'd check out his channel after. And, you know, I'm a man of my word. So, I'm going to have to do that. Just to say I did it. He did subscribe. That's very nice of him. And go watch my most recent upload if you haven't yet. The Dream vs. Tommy in it situation. YouTube ain't pushing it in the algorithm, even though it should be doing well. Let's see. Go back up. Go to channel. Here it is. Oh! They upload shorts. Okay. You know what? I'm going to subscribe. Why not? Why not? Best Riz gets pinned.
Treat me like what is. Don't get me dirty. Love on me. Treat me like what is. Don't get me dirty.
Oh, he has comments turned off. How am I gonna get the award for best Riz if I can't comment? What the heck? Okay. I mean, that's kind of sweet, to be honest. That's kind of sweet. So, support this kid, dude. That's honestly sweet. He's got his dad in there. That's awesome. That's awesome, genuinely. Yeah. Next, the latest celebrity text scam, and this video, not the newest.
You might have noticed I've been wearing this amulet, and
7 days ago,
I've got to
a
say,
week, that's-
I've never felt more at peace. This
involves a couple creators. The only one that I know is Russell Brand, who is like a comedian turned political commentary creator, and I used to actually like him quite a bit. He's made like a couple decent movies. He was on SNL, I think, once. Good comedy specials, but and I even liked him when he turned into like the political commentary stuff, because at first he was more like independent, kind of like, you know, I don't know, a little bit weird, kind of, you know, there were a lot that I respected about him, but then he kind of turned into like this I don't know, right-wing grifter who claimed to still be objective when, you know, he clearly had biases that he was letting get in the way of his content and his take. And, you know, if you're going to be right or left, I don't care. You can do that. Just don't claim that you're objective. Don't claim that you're independent or impartial, because you're clearly not. And this was definitely kind of... There were still things I liked about him, but this situation definitely made it worse. And I lost a lot of respect for him. Oh, I did not see Russell Brand dressed up as Osama the day after 9/11. I did not know that. That is insane. I'm not surprised, though. Back then, he was on like a ton of drugs and stuff, like coke and psychedelics and shit. So that doesn't surprise me at all. Either way, though, that is insane. I did not know that. Oh my god.
You might have noticed I've been wearing this amulet, and I've got to say, I've never felt more at peace. This is the Aries Tech Life Tune, a device trusted by legions of celebrities and athletes to protect them from the dangers of 5G devices and radiation. Backed by peer-reviewed research, oh God, not that one. There we go. Backed by 22 peer-reviewed articles, there's apparently some serious science behind these things, and okay, no, I can't do this anymore. But it is true. We're constantly surrounded by more and more technology that is emitting electromagnetic radiation, and there are some credible sources that suggest that it can be bad for you. So let's demystify the woo-woo the proper way, with science. We are going to fully investigate this thing with our EMF chamber, our CT scanner, and our RF meter. Some serious equipment that costs some serious money. Maybe more seriousness than this deserves. And we're gonna do it with some help from our sponsor, Hetzner. Their object storage solution is...
It's such a weird product, because 5G, this whole like 5G scare, I remember when they first started building the towers and everybody was scared about it, and that worry has kind of died down a bit, but it's really not much more dangerous than like a light bulb or a radio, just anything that produces some spectrum of light is harmful, and 5G really isn't any worse.
Claims celebrities are making.
And I think he explains that in here.
Amulet.
And as you know, airports are places full of Wi-Fi and all sorts of evil energies. Think of all the phone.
Is he taking the piss? I actually haven't seen any of the marketing for this thing.
I'm not entirely sure. He's definitely serious about a bit of it.
I didn't even bring any socks or toothbrush or dog meat.
Oh, I know. The Rock is covering it again. I had this problem in my other videos when I put that in here. The Rock is completely covering Russell's face. Whoops.
Or anything like that. Just complete. What? You should get one as well, particularly if you're planning to go to an airport anytime too soon, because the bloody things are full of lethal signals. AirsTech, a glorious amulet to protect you from corrupting signals.
This is funny because I know when we talk about modern scams, we normally think of like crypto or NFTs or something like that. And scams have gotten a lot more sophisticated, and easy to fall for, especially if you're older. But this scam, in particular, is really not like that at all. This is like I don't know, like the 18th century. You're walking through like fucking Old Town, and you come across a wizard. He's like, your magic amulet will protect you from evil. Like that. Like that's the kind of scam this is. Like textbook sketchy scam that, I don't know, it obviously doesn't work the way it's advertised.
Yeah, I bet comments are disabled. But dog meat aside, what we can glean from their website and from their press materials is that AirsTech believes that electromagnetic radiation is bad for you, and with this $240 US, please.
That's crazy. Oh my God.
And 2 small ones. It was over $800.
But with this $240 US amulet, you and your nearby loved ones will be protected. But let's back up for a second. What is electromagnetic radiation, and why might you want to block it? Well, in simple terms, electromagnetic radiation...
There's no way they're actually selling these. There's no way they're getting any profit from this. They got Russell Brand to sign on as a... to shill their product. I can't believe it that this is even a company.
It's a type of energy that's all around us and that takes many forms, including microwaves, X-rays, and gamma rays. It can also be used for communication, and in the past, we used very slow radio waves that operate at about 20,000 hertz to maybe approaching a gigahertz in some applications. But the thing is, with modern technological advances, you now have many devices in your house that operate well above the gigahertz range, with many others operating well into the hundreds of terahertz range and outputting several watts each, including this. That's right, my friends. Another word for electromagnetic radiation is light. And given that you're probably okay with having light bulbs in your home, you should probably be okay with having a Wi-Fi router.
And this is just the most, like, this is the best way to disprove that product. Like, or like the scare around 5G. The best way to combat that is just this. Like, he's not, like, insulting anybody. He's just giving you the facts.
That is actually outputting at a much lower power, but it's not quite that simple. We need to dig deeper. In 2011, the World Health Organization added radio frequency electromagnetic fields to their list of things that could possibly be carcinogenic to humans with a 2B classification. Organizations like AirsTech will point out that that puts radio waves in the same category as things like lead, exhaust fumes, and weapons-grade tungsten. But what they fail to mention is that it also includes things like aloe vera, ferns, and pickled vegetables. Now, to be clear, investigating if radio waves are bad for you is good work, and it should
and bananas
happen. But a meta-analysis of 300 studies by the Swinburne University of Technology in Melbourne concludes that radio waves basically aren't harmful at lower intensities. But even if they're not, there's still a lot that we can investigate about the AirsTech LifeTune, like, is it able to block RF? Well, given that it casts a shadow, we can conclude, yes, it can. Okay, sorry. I'll take this seriously for a second. Here, Alex, you take the LifeTune, and I'm gonna hold this. This is an RF meter, which tells us the intensity of radio frequency electromagnetic radiation around us. So our current readings are somewhere in the neighborhood of 1.3 to 1.7 volts per meter. Alex, come closer. Aries Tech advertises that the LifeTune has an effective range of 32 feet. That's why I sent Alex over there. Now that he's closer, we should... Oh, it actually like kind of spiked for a second, and then now it's the same.
We're not going to watch
Obviously,
too much of
the
this
Aries
video.
Tech-
I mean, it's not hard to see why this is obviously a scam and it does not work at all. I just thought it was funny. And a bit more personal to me, considering my history with Russell Brand. That sounds like I know him. I don't mean for it to sound that way, but it kind of did. Next up, Voidzilla. This is CoffeeZilla's second channel. And I wanted to look into these two videos here. I put these on in the background, but this one too. The Trump meme coin. These three are crazy. This one especially is ridiculous. I can't believe that. I hope this guy actually faces consequences for what he's done or what he's doing. And this was the oldest video, the Trump meme coin. And this is something that I find ridiculous. Making me question everything, reality even. How insane is it that we have the president of the United States shilling meme coins? Rug pulls, clearly scams.
Trump just launched a meme coin. Welcome back to the Void. This is not how I wanted to start my 2025. Let me tell you that right now. Here's the tweet. My new Donald Trump official meme is here. It's time to celebrate everything we stand for. Winning. Join my very special Trump community. Get your Trump now. Go to gettrumpmemes.com. When you go there, you join the Trump meme, which is buying something and hoping it goes up in value. Currently, that stands at a $13 billion market cap because nothing matters, which you know is great. I think that's cool. I think that's awesome. In addition, $12 million has been made in fees already just on the trading volume, which is over $1 billion so far. And I think that's even better. I'm joking. I don't even know. I'm speechless, actually. I don't know what to say. It's historic in its stupidity. It's historic in its grift. The level of scam here to use the days before your presidency, your inauguration, to use that as a hype project for the meme. Like, did this guy want to do the presidency the second time? Or was this the meme coin hype plan? We're 2 days away. Okay, understand. We are 2 days away from an inauguration. I mean, should he be writing a speech? He's launching a meme coin. Okay, that's the start of it. That's the start of the grift. Then you have to understand that the Trump meme coin, which has no value, no intrinsic value, 80% is owned by the Trump camp. Only 20% goes to the public. 10% went to the liquidity pool.
That's
and 10%
crazy.
Went to the public allocation. Here's the rest of it. This is their website, gettrumpmemes.com. And yes, I've thought at first this was a hack. I was like, there's no way this could be true. They also have a, Donald Trump Truth Social post about it. Phantom Wallet has, verified it. I hope to everything that I will wake up and find I've been deepfaked. Let me just say that for the record. If this is wrong, and this is just sort of an initial reaction thing, I will do a follow-up if there's more details that come out. I mean, it seems like a straightforward grift to me. But I hope that I'm wrong.
Little did he know he'd follow up, not because it got better, but because it got much worse. 2 follow-ups.
At least at first glance, it appears to be what it looks like, which is a former president about to be president using the hype of their campaign to launch. I mean, it's so insane. I mean, it's funny in its insanity, but it's also gross in how cynical it really is. I mean, you have to understand, most of the people who actually buy this, like sincerely buy this, are like diehard DGen crypto heads who might make some money because they spend all day on deck screener looking for coins, and they caught this at 100K, or they caught this at 10 million, and now it's 13 billion, right? They're gonna make money. Most people who this is actually targeted at, which is normies, who go, what's a Solana? What's I just learned about what Bitcoin was. What's a smart contract? Can I buy it with a credit card? Like, the people buying this with a credit card? Roasted, dude. Game over. Obliterated. You're gone. You're done. You're never gonna. And then, by the way, of course, the third group, besides the snipers, the people, the degens who are looking for this, who are going to make money, the public's going to get wrecked, and then the other people are going to make money, as obviously the people who are going to make the most money, are the insiders. Number one, the part of the Trump camp that knew this was coming out, knew the contract address, who got it right when it launched, right? Obviously. The other people who are going to make money are the insiders who are going to get the rest of this 80%. So basically, Trump launched
and we'll just jump to the aftermath of this. I hate my life. Embracing the void. Now, this was the
looking for a forex trading offer that
first
fits
video I
you?
watched.
Earn a cash bonus for trading Eurodollar, Aussie, and more than 70.
Welcome back to the season of crime here on CoffeeZilla, a depressing version of The Purge, but in real life. Look, I realized yesterday I can stay depressed or I can get dressed and get back in the void. That's my only option, so I'm going to go ahead and choose the latter. Because whether or not these people ever face consequences, they should be called out for gross behavior. Up first, we have the pastor who spoke at Trump's inauguration.
Let us pray for our 47th president.
Immediately after doing this, he decided to promote a meme coin to, I don't know, make money from who?
I need you to do me a favor right now. I need you to go buy the official Lorenzo Sewell coin. I want you.
My brother, did you just come from? Like, it looks like at the start
insane.
of that clip, he's
It's insane. This is like a South Park episode. This is ironic. You know, in like how like the world of like GTA like exaggerates everything. It's just like a one-to-one replica of our world. Just everything that's wrong with it is just worse and way less subtle. That's what this is. It should be ironic.
Walking from
I don't
the
know.
dais that he was at. He's in the same
scary.
outfit. He didn't even go home before getting in the Solana trenches. You can hear him sort of just like, I don't know if the door's shutting behind him from just doing the service, and he's already shilling.
I need you to do me a favor right now. I need you to go buy the official Lorenzo Sewell coin. I want you to be able to see politics become manifest, not just in a way where we're praying over political gatherings, but where we're seeing.
Oh my God. I need you guys to see what happens when you pump my coin. It's incredible. Look, you can see from my Twitter profile, I'm not even on that different of a team than this guy. This is gross. This is always despicable when people use faith in order to make money.
It is.
It's always gross.
Directly, like, already it's wrong, of course, but it's directly, literally the opposite of what is said in Scripture. They say to do the opposite and to beware of people who do this. And he's the guy who spoke at the inauguration. How is this happening? How does this happen?
And I would say to Lorenzo, like, this guy's like, oh, the crypto community was kind enough to send me Lorenzo, so I've permanently locked my tokens in the liquidity pool. So he's like, look, I can't rug.
I really hope, and this is the only way. This is the most, like, hope, benefit of the doubt, broken clock strike twice a day statement, but I really hope that he was just contacted by a bunch of people who are big into crypto and wanted to use his name to make another pump and dump coin, and he knows nothing about it. I really hope so.
Of everyone trading. Bro, you're just gonna chill for a dev you've never met? Like, hey bro, somebody sent me these coins, so I'm just gonna start pumping them. This is how things go very, very wrong. And if you look at the coin, of course, well, just not a great look to be putting the church on pump fun. Let me just say that. But now we're gonna talk about something even closer to my art, which is my very ethnicity. Cuba apparently launched 2 rug pulls today, the actual country of Cuba, or that was the story at least. Here is the official Twitter account promoting 2 different contracts where ultimately they both got rugged. Now, we'll get into the details in a second, but yeah, I do have to admit, I am part Cuban, which probably many of you know who've ever seen me in person. Like, you're probably like, oh, this guy's really like good looking. And yes, that's the Cuban genes in me. So yeah, I'm not just going to blindly defend my home country, but
presidents, and as we'll see, first ladies and entire countries and pastors shilling pump and dump meme coins.
TikTok official, with the announcement that TikTok wasn't going to shut down, he went ahead and said TikTok coin was released, not official, but we made it happen.
Oh, and this guy is very
coin
controversial.
Called official TikTok coin. So it's not official, but they called it official TikTok coin. And then he posted that he had a $20 million balance in his wallet, and then it rugged. Now what?
Oh, fuck. This literally never happens. And it's just... I started it over. I swear I didn't.
I hate my life. I'm in so much pain this week. Today. Oh, today we had the launch of Melania. It's barely been 24 hours since Trump launched, and already, baby, we're back with another meme coin from
I don't know.
the First
I don't
Lady.
even know what to say.
What can I say? I spent years of my life trying to tell people to do the right thing. Don't take advantage of your followers. Don't scam people. Don't grift. You know? Otherwise,
yeah, and props to Captain. He's been trying to fight this forever. And you'd think with all the attention he's got, he went on Joe Rogan. This guy is incredibly massive, popular. But you know what else is massive? You know what else is massive? The amount of people who still fall for it. It's insane. I don't get it.
You're not gonna
like all that work that this guy's done to try and fight against this, and it's just getting worse and
if
worse.
You do too much, law enforcement might come after you. Now, the guy doing it appoints the law enforcement. So I don't even know what am I doing here. I don't have a good answer for that. The funny thing is, when Melania coin launched and Donald Trump retweeted it, basically proving that it was real, because everyone, like myself included, thought it was fake, Trump coin then crashed like 40, 50%. Like it because everyone was trying to jump in Melania coin. Yeah, just wait until like Xi Jinping coin comes out. Like, what is the whole market gonna crash then too? It's so stupid. These meme coins obviously have no value except to redistribute wealth from poor, regular people to insiders, rich people, early people, snipers, developers, the infrastructure that makes all this happen. You are just being used as a piggy bank. It's not a community. It's all a game to get your money in. They tell you you're going to get rich. They tell you you're not going to be the last idiot to buy, and then they sell from under you. So yeah, it's dumb. I don't even know what to say, because even with how like transparent, like one coin is already kind of bad. You start another coin 2 days later or 1 day later. Like, how is this supposed to be a serious thing? And yet, Melania coin is worth a full diluted value of about $7 to $8 billion right now. So, does anything mean anything? I do think people have the attitude right now that they don't actually care, that everyone kind of knows this is a grift. This is not like going to be around in 4 years. There's nothing of value here. They just all think someone dumber than them is going to come along. But eventually,
they always do. They always do.
Some of you might be watching right now, right? The smarter of you probably didn't even know this coin existed. But the reality is, like, there can only be so many people who are in line thinking, oh, the next guy's going to buy it higher from me. Not to mention, Melania's coin also unlocks sooner than Trump's did. Like, so they don't even pretend like it's even as serious of a project. It's like even more of a grift. Unlike Trump's, which locked for 3 to 12 months, this one locks for 30 days and then only
I think
for
it's crazy.
13 months.
I think it's insane, and that's why I'm bringing this up, because I just had to talk about it and share my feelings. And there's a video that I'm gonna go over next. I'm gonna play some COD though before I do, because I just need to yap for a second. Play some Hijacked. Why not? It really is just insane, all that stuff. But the next video we're gonna go over is about Nazi furries. Yep, you heard that right. Furries, who like 1930s Germany a little bit. You know what I mean? They're pulling a little Elon here. I don't know. I've learned way more about furries in the past couple of days than I really wanted to. For some reason, Instagram keeps recommending me furry content. Is that a sign? Nope. Anyway, I learned about like lizard furries, which are called something else, like scalies or scales or something like that. Lucas was talking about it with me while we were playing Fortnite or something. And if I make a video out of this, then I'll put a clip about it on the video, because I think I streamed that interaction. But it's just ridiculous. I learned about lizard furries, and now I'm learning about Nazi furries. What a day. What a time to be alive. I don't know. Like I said, South Park episode. That's what we're living in. Nope. I've been coming up with a couple of video ideas that I'd like to run by chat. One of them, I'm thinking about doing a live stream where I watch nothing but YouTube Shorts for 6 hours straight on a new account and see what it has to offer. I know it's a terrible idea. For like mental health wise, it's not gonna be good for me. But I think we would see some pretty cool stuff. But I think the reason why the thing that makes those videos so interesting, people just like scrolling endlessly or like committing to something for hours and hours straight, like watching Amy Schumer until I laugh kind of videos, or Sniper Wolf, those kinds of videos. It's because there's a face cam and people are like reacting to it. Or really, I guess any type of reaction video is better with when you actually have a reaction, you know. But I don't know. I think that'd be kind of a fun idea. But oh yeah, YouTube. I don't know if there are any fellow creators watching, but there's a there's a inspiration tab on YouTube Studio where YouTube is now incorporating AI to give you tips on like what videos to make. And I haven't looked into it. I don't know if it's like it just gives you ideas based on data, which is what they did already. And since they did that already, I don't know what the point of adding AI is other than to say that you have AI, which could be the case. I don't know. But I'm also wondering, is it like, does it just like generate you like a script or like a full-fledged idea for a video? I don't know, and I'd like to look into that. And I think that'd be an interesting thing to look into because I find AI quite interesting, and especially the impact that it's had on content creation and the creative process of making videos and even games and other kinds of art. And I personally have that opinion that AI generated art isn't art. But yeah, I think that'd be kind of cool to look into what YouTube's AI integration is like. But the vegan teacher. Oh man, there's a lot of Nazi-themed things going on recently, but you may remember her from a few years ago. She was pretty popular. A lot of people were talking about her and how kind of crazy she is. She recently started clickbaiting using Hitler, comparing people who eat meat to Hitler, which is crazy. And the way she like clickbaits is making it seem like she supports him. And the title of the video, I kid you not, is reasons why like Hitler was a quote nice guy. It's insane, and it's kind of genius, but also kind of sad because like the only way you can get viewership is by pretending that you're a Nazi supporter. Very sad, but something that I think, I don't know, maybe it's best to not make a video or talk about it at all and give her any kind of attention, because that's obviously what she wants. And to her, obviously, any kind of publicity is good publicity. She admitted that in her interview with Oompaville. And I actually enjoyed that interview quite a bit. And Oompaville does a really good job of humanizing people. And it's crazy because she, like, stabbed him in the back right after that. And, like, talked mad shit about him, which is wrong. Why did I do that? Which is wrong, you know. And I think that should be... I don't know, maybe I'll just cover it on stream, but I think it'd be a good video idea. And also, PewDiePie has recently been getting a lot of hate on Twitter. People, man, so much Nazi shit. People are calling him equating him to Hitler. And there was like a post with like 4 YouTubers, and the caption was, out of these 4 YouTubers, which one would you get rid of? Which is just engagement bait, so, and it's so obvious that it is. And that's pretty much what Twitter is now. It's just all engagement bait and porn, but, what was I talking about? Anyway, yeah, it was, IShowSpeed, PewDiePie, Corey Kenshin, and, somebody else. I forget who. Mr. Beast, yeah. And Mr. Beast, PewDiePie, and IShowSpeed were all their pictures were all changed to Hitler, except for Corey Kenshin. And like, I don't know. like, and this sparked another debate among people ruthlessly defending PewDiePie. Because this, like, PewDiePie did some whack stuff. Like, of course, back in the day. But a lot of that was... What he did that was actually wrong, he apologized for. And I don't think he should be criticized for those things anymore. He shouldn't be getting the hate that he gets from those things. And I don't know, like, the PewDiePie hate, the Big 25 is crazy, is kind of what the video would be. And I think it'd be a decent video. But I think in terms of ideas, that's... Oh yeah, I'm working on a video right now of, like, the worst takes in gaming, and that'll be out hopefully soon. If I don't start working on any of the things I just mentioned within the next few days, and that's what I'll finish and upload. But there's really nothing spicy enough to do a situation show episode on. So I don't think I will. This stream currently has more views than my Tommy in It versus Dream video. Which is crazy. I'm really disappointed with how that video is performing. I really am. It's by far my best video. One of my longest videos. My video with the best viewer retention. My video with the best click-through rate. Or like it shows you the percentage of people, like, of the people it shows your stuff to, what percentage of them actually clicked on the video. And that's, higher than average. And when you have the viewer retention and the click rate higher than normal, that's when it's supposed to push it through the algorithm. That's showing that people actually want to watch the video. But it's not doing that. And that's really confusing to me. It kind of sucks. But I don't know. It also does this thing a lot where a video won't do well at all. And then a few days later, it just explodes. That's what happened to my Cody Co video. That's now, like, I think my second highest viewed video on my channel. But yeah, anyway, Nazi furries, we're getting into it. I mean, this is just... I can't... Goddamn, this stream is making me
Raise your hand if you're a
question
furry.
everything. Now, this video is from a channel called Film Cooper. I didn't know about him. I don't know who he is, or I haven't watched any of his videos. This is the first one. I saw the thumbnail, I saw the title, and I thought, wow, that's crazy. So that's what we're watching today, fellas.
What's up, weirdos? Raise your hand if you're a furry. Now, believe it or not, there is a group of furries who, when asked to raise their hand, they wouldn't go like this. They'd go like this. There are Nazi furries. And when I tell you, the lore goes deep. This has been going on since the early 2000s, and it is still ongoing. My awareness of this subculture came around when I was making a video on my Coop channel, which, go check it out, go subscribe to that one. It's not really, I don't even call it my second channel anymore. It's like if I was just like a YouTuber, and then this channel is more for my commentary. Anyways, I was watching this video, and then here, this guy who's there right now holding the phone up, basically he is a Nazi furry who showed up to another furry event, and then this happened.
You fucking
dude.
I mean, just watching it. Because he came with the megaphone, and then getting your megaphone taken and then bounced off your skull by a Captain Jack Sparrow black furry. Oh my god. It feels like I'm watching a hallucination. But here's the thing. After I made that video on the Coop channel, I did some digging, and there is so much going on here, including a lot of people defending the guy who got beat up there, saying, no, he's not actually a Nazi. It's this guy. He's a Bernie Sanders Democratic Socialist. Look at him. He's wearing a rainbow flag t-shirt that says Black Lives Matter, all women's rights, all that stuff. Okay, but then this is also him. This is him. This image right here. This is him. Rogue, the Nazi fur, removed swastika to the Nazi fur logo because of the bleeping SJWs found it offensive. So originally this right here was a swastika, and he changed it to the...
Okay, I think there's a couple possibilities here that need to be considered. One, he's playing a character, because I think in a lot of ways, I mean, I know nothing about furry culture or what it's like to be a furry. I'm only speculating here, and I don't mean to offend anybody, but one, he's playing a character, and I think that's what a lot of furries do. They play a character. That's what they're doing. And this is just some super, like, hardcore autism going on here. The wrong kind, the Elon kind of autism. Where you just, like, you hyperfixate on, you find this one thing really cool. Even if you don't, like, actually, at your core, believe in it. It's still kind of, it's more ironic and funny to, I don't know, pretend like you believe it or play that kind of character. I said that one of two possibilities. And the other one, he does actually believe it. But I don't know. I don't know, that shirt, the Black Lives Matter, yeah, I don't know, whatever else is said on that shirt, that, I don't know. I really don't know what to make of that, any of this. I guess we are only a minute and 30 in.
If I'm looking at a Nazi armband right here, this and this look exactly similar, except you're a furry, and that is a very important point that we all need to come together at this starting point, where if you are walking around with a Nazi swastika armband, no matter how many times you say it's a joke, you're walking around with a swastika armband. Anyway,
yeah, that's also one thing. Is he walking around with it, or is it just a picture? I don't know. Was he in that video? I don't think he was wearing one.
He also said, personally, I think it's cool. I don't support any of the Nazi values. To do so would be contradictory of me being gay and a furry. I just like World War II, and this art is the result of me role-playing as an SS officer for fun on my servers. Guys, I just like World War II. You mean the part where the Nazis were defeated, right? Well, actually, I really like the SS officers, the people who worked at the concentration camps and all of the Auschwitz. If you are a furry doing this with a fucking swastika on your arm, you are a Nazi! You are a Nazi! You are! But that was just a pebble in a landfill of other pebbles of Nazi
I don't know,
stuff.
because, like, I don't know. I agree with this guy for the most part, but, like, I mean, it's possible. People have some pretty weird interests. They play this character because they find it cool in this weird autistic way. I'm not using that to offend anybody. I'm just, like, Elon style, you know? Like, I don't know. They don't actually believe these things in their heart. They just, it's ironic and silly. They find it ironic and silly when I don't really think it is. I think it's very serious. But hey, you know, I think intention matters a lot. I think context matters a lot. But I get what this guy's saying, you know.
I lost my train of thought on that one. I can take you all the way back to 2009 with this website, which is about, you know, fighting anti-Semitism, titled A Second Life for Nazism. And basically the article is about the virtual world role-playing game Second Life, and how in Second Life there were actual concerns raised about a burgeoning subculture of Nazi furries. Basically, I don't really know that much about Second Life, but it's like there was a shop that somebody set up where they're selling Nazi paraphernalia, and then that stuff got banned and they switched it to the Furzy logo, which we just saw. By the way, furry, Nazi, Furzy, that's what that is. Keep that in mind, because something about that's gonna come up later. But I wanna read this excerpt from the article because it says that the store was actually set up by a group called the Furzy Mannschaften, or Furzies, furry Nazis for short. The group says that it does not condone racism or fascism, but its image is an avatar dressed in Nazi uniform giving a Sieg Heil salute. The shop has been closed by Second Life following complaints. So we're not Nazi, we're just, you know, Nazi. Also, others in Second Life have created characters wearing yellow stars, and one has even created a gas chamber. Now, because this article is from 2009 and the internet is falling apart, those images aren't there. But you know what I did find? A very, very shitty pixelated thing that is just a furry in striped pajamas in Second Life and a gas chamber with swastikas on the wall. So you're not Nazi though? Right.
Yeah, yeah. Given that context, I think that's the biggest cope ever.
While ago, but then I found an article from Rolling Stone posted in 2017 that was detailing this specific guy, Foxler, like Fox Hitler. He's gonna say that that's not what it is, but remember when I said, remember, Foxler, Fox Hitler? And this is him in the middle right here with, oh, what's this right here? Oh, yeah. Now, Foxler got a weird case, I gotta be honest, and we're gonna talk a lot about Foxler in this video. Because in the article, it talks about right here, in 2014, Miller, that's the last name of the person who's Foxler. Now, the article says that in 2014, Miller resurrected the Furry Raiders. The Furry Raiders is a group of neo-Nazi furries. Now, this armband right here that Foxler's got, that's the official logo of the Furry Raiders. So they'll always say that they're not Nazis or that they're just joking, but they are, and famously, they cause caused havoc at Rocky Mountain FurCon in 2017. Now, a lot of the articles about Nazi furries are about this specific event, and basically what happened is Foxler didn't feel accepted in the community. They didn't accept the furry Nazis. They didn't like a furry Nazi. So the people who don't like furry Nazis were having a convention, and then he went behind everybody's back and booked up a bunch of hotel rooms to basically fuck the event. And basically what happened at Rocky Mountain FurCon is furry raiders, the Nazi furries, Foxler, went out of their way to basically overbook the hotel that was gonna go like way in advance so that these other furries wouldn't be able to, you know, get hotel rooms. And it led to that furry convention basically shutting down. So obviously it became like a huge story and everybody was like mad at everybody. But then also, now according to Dog Patch Press, which I love that I'm like deep into the furry culture now that I actually know this stuff. This is a website for all sorts of furry news, and they were really—
Yeah, that's what it feels like. It feels like a whole different world. Like, you know that Guardians of the Galaxy, like the third one, where they go to that planet and everybody's just like animals, and the planet ends up getting destroyed at the end. But that's what this feels like. That feels like diving into that world. It's very weird.
Giving like a lot of honestly great coverage surrounding this event, and it's been crucial to my research for this because it's not just the drama around the con, it's also things like this within the community. There was a video, you know, similar to the other one where a Nazi gets punched, and this person said, oh yeah, furry raiders are a bunch of Nazi motherfuckers too, reminder, etc. And this person said, can't wait to punch these Nazis. Then Olivia right here responded, watching you get shot by someone defending themselves from unprovoked assault will be far more entertaining. Sounds like a Nazi to me. I can't wait to punch a Nazi. Really? You're gonna threaten to punch me? How about I kill you? No. I was actually saying I was gonna punch a Nazi. Are you saying you're a Nazi? Somebody responded by saying, sure hope you're not suggesting that someone would bring a gun to the convention.
Yeah.
And Olivia responded, sure hope you're not planning on attacking innocent folks. I fully support legal concealed carry. And the person who said that she was gonna punch a Nazi said, are you threatening to bring a gun to Rocky Mountain FurCon? That question right there, one of my favorite sentences in human history. Are you threatening to bring a gun to Rocky Mountain FurCon? I love this. Now, by the way, this is after the Rocky Mountain FurCon 2016 fiasco, after they had like interfered, you know, previously, and then the FurCon was like, oh, we'll still accept you Nazis, come on. Now, they reported that the founder of Rocky Mountain FurCon, Kahuki, is reputed to take pride in his con never banning anyone, including those banned by other cons. By the way, if you're getting banned from one fur convention, you should be banned from every public space. So like stories that have come out from FurCons. By the way, if you're a furry watching this, there's no judgment at all. Even my video about furries on the Coop channel, like it's all love, and I'm really glad that you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Same here. And man, this is like, it's kind of funny. It's kind of interesting looking into these communities. It feels like every community now has that weird like subsect of just like Nazis and weird like cosplayers in air quotes, because we watched a video on stream of, I don't know, a couple months back of like the rise of fascism in Roblox, and some guy who actually, this was way back in like 2009, the early days of Roblox, tried to start like a faction of like Nazis and then like turn it into this like Roman Empire roleplay kind of thing that actually played out in the the same events of like the fall of the Roman Republic. It's so silly. And like Roblox is a generally large community, but you will always have that little group of people in this bigger group of people that are a little weird.
All the furries who watched it were just like, oh, you know, yeah, it's cringe, but it's fun, and we're just doing what we like. Because, by the way, if you're just doing what you like, it's fun. And if you're a furry right now being like, I hope that people don't think that this represents all of us, nobody thinks that this represents all of you. But anyways, yeah, so this guy, the founder of Rocky Mountain FurCon was like, we don't ban anybody. Come to find out, Kahuki Otter, the founder, his real name is Kendall Emery. And if you look at this picture, there he is, there's Kendall holding up a Rocky Mountain FurCon poster. And then if you look at this picture, you see he is 5'7", okay. And then also, if you look down right here, oh, also a convicted child sex offender. Oh my God, from 1993. Yeah, so, it's cool. I think the fact that you don't ban anybody at all kind of makes a lot of sense when you yourself should be the first person banned. What the fuck? Like, what the fuck? And by the way, this dude, this sex offender, he sent this cease and desist to the person who was like, we should punch Nazis. And then somebody said, I'm gonna kill you. And she's like, what? Are you saying
that's
that woman, not the woman who said she'd bring a gun and kill somebody who's trying to kill a, like, not even kill, punch a Nazi. The person who is getting attacked there for saying that she hates Nazis is getting a cease and desist letter from a child sex predator defending the furry Nazis. That's what I'm saying, like, because furries are such an online community, their drama gets wild. This is real life, actual horrendous crimes, and thinking, oh yeah, I'm a cool guy. I'm the founder of a convention. I can do whatever I want. Yeah, let's let the Nazis in. Like, dog. By the way, this is
I like
another.
this guy. I think he's cool. Film Cooper. I wonder what other videos he makes. I don't know. I'll subscribe though.
Little thing. This hasn't been resolved. Like, nobody's been arrested or convicted.
And
but
oh my god, and it, dude, bro is majestic. That hair.
I did find this, and I would be remiss if I didn't bring it up. At Midwest Fur Fest, there was a gas attack, and you know the prime suspect is related to furry Nazis. Like, furry Nazis might have like done a gas bomb at this Midwest Fur Fest. So it's not a joke. It's not irony. Is it irony if I put on a swastika armband and then try to gas people? Is that a joke? I don't think it is. No. This is, by the way, another furry Nazi, Magnus Deridian, although instead of Nazi imagery, usually he goes for the old Confederate flag. Real cool. I mean, it's, by the way, incredible execution. It is, however, a Confederate flag fursuit, so. And at Midwest Fur Fest 2017, what is known as a Pickelhaube helmet. If you're wearing a Pickelhaube and on Wikifur supposedly saying Sieg Heil, you just are a Nazi. You are. But I found a video right here where you can see, there he is, there's the Pickelhaube, and being escorted by, you know, the security there. And if you go on, the person who recorded this video says, well, there goes the person that was banned from the convention center and ended up getting arrested. So bro was so Nazi furry, he got arrested. And all of this is just like Nazi furry stuff, but there is one specific person, Foxler, who I mentioned earlier. Now, the thing that's so interesting about Foxler to me is not just the
furry Nazi lore is crazy.
Extremely evident Nazi armband. Sorry, Furzy armband. But it's also the amount of videos that he's posted online where he is just exposing himself as somebody who is witless. I don't know how to, it's stupid.
And be with the people that you feel comfortable with that has your same viewpoints. That's totally fine. No, I am talking about the people that are literally advocating that we need to have politics in the fandom. That's just like, whoa, like, you know, boom, you know, that's what you should be doing. And if anybody says that I'm advocating suicide on that, yeah, why not? Because, you know, it's gotten to the point where I have cared less and less when it comes to just in the fandom. You know, and people say I advocate politics. I don't know nothing about politics. You're talking to the guy that knows, like, nothing, man. I didn't even vote.
So bro said we should keep politics out of here. Now, he's posting this in response to everybody being like, dude, you're a Nazi. You suck. And he's like, can we just stop with all the politics for once? Guys. And by the way, if by saying that you think I'm advocating for suicide, don't clip that. But like the tone of voice that he has, it's the exact tone of voice you would expect to see coming out of somebody in a fursuit with a, you know, Nazi insignia. Boy, I didn't even vote. Oh, anybody think about that? Dude, you're wearing a Nazi armband. Like,
it was like me when I went down with my friends to go see the Milo Indianapolis event here in Boulder, Colorado. And do you mind, I just go see it for entertainment purposes. I was driving. I looked to my right and I point, hey guys, look, it's one of the anti-fascists. And you can tell because, you know, he's sitting there all black, really thin guy. He's got the bandana around his mouth. And I'm just like, wow. And we're cruising in a Range Rover. Oh, hell yeah, riding in style.
I can't take it. I'm like literally looking at a video. Gosh, furries, forgive me. It's so cringe. Hey, it's fun. You're having fun. If you're a furry and you're having fun, it's fine. Like, have fun. But it's so cringe watching somebody in a fursuit be like, I don't care about politics. Now, I was going to this event of somebody who is a extreme right, just political commentator, Milo Yiannopoulos, who has been accused of advocating pedophilia after the emergence of several video clips in which he said that sexual relationships between 13-year-old boys and adults can be perfectly consensual and positive experiences for such boys. Now, and this is really interesting, in 2022, he then served as an intern for United States Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene. If you don't know her, horrible. Then worked with white nationalist Nick Fuentes. I don't even gotta show you the clips. He just is unabashedly Nazi. And rapper Kanye West on his 2024 US.
I don't. Kanye is just crazy. Marjorie Taylor Greene, just right-wing person. Nick Fuentes, literally, the internet's. I don't know how he gets away with what he does, and he has such a large fan base. But unapologetically, yeah, white nationalist. And normally, like, I think a lot of that type of talk is exaggerated in politics, where you'll accuse somebody of being something that they're really not. You know, you call somebody a Nazi, they're not. They're just slightly far right. But no, Nick actually is.
Presidential election campaign. He ran again this year. I didn't know he was running this time. And in April, he was listed as the chief of staff at Yeezy Apparel. Yeah, Kanye, you're actually really cool for partnering up with this dude. He was literally listed as the chief of staff at Yeezy Apparel. Oh, but he stepped down on May 15th due to West's announcement of an adult entertainment division at the company. Wow, at least he stands for something. Anyways, that's who Fox Hitler was going to go see. And then he saw some anti-fascists. And he was like, really? Anti-fascist, weird. But again, guys, I just don't care about politics. Like, I don't care about politics at all. This isn't like a far right, like Nazi, like armband at all. It's not at all. And if you think it is, KYS. Anyways, I was going to the show, this guy who thinks it's cool to be a pedophile, and I saw an anti-fascist, and then I got triggered. Maybe because you are fascist? But I'm talking too much because I gotta let him continue.
I don't know. That's pretty wild.
It gets so much worse.
I don't know what to say about that. This whole punching Nazis thing, you're gonna go punch people. Really. You're just gonna go, and that's how you're gonna solve some problems? Yeah, let me know how that works out for you. I actually want to see some actual furries punching other furries. Because, that is just really low. And going out doing stupid shit like that, you deserve to get whatever you do for doing that. And some people say they're gonna punch me. Yes, they're gonna punch me. And based on the popular internets, there was a tweet I saw a little while ago.
I don't know if it's just because he sped up or something, but he sounds like, what's his name? Jesse Somethingberg, the guy who played Mark Zuckerberg in the social network movie. I don't know. I forget that guy's name, but that's what this guy sounds like, genuinely.
Win. 3 anti-fascists with sticks and Walmart mace, or me in fursuits. A lot of people were voting for the fursuit.
That's what he looks like underneath that fur mask. I've seen a lot of people say online, 3 anti-fascists versus me, a Nazi in a fursuit. And a lot of people were saying me. Dude, get a great, reel it in, dial it back. I gotta take a step because you are sitting there saying, really? You're gonna punch a Nazi? Really? Think that's gonna solve anything? What about loving me? I mean, I'm not a Nazi, not me. It's not me. I'm not offended. I don't think I'm gonna get...
God, I've got to look more into this. This is wild. But we got more stuff to get to. Actually, just one more thing, and then we're good. There's a video by a very, very new YouTuber. This is literally their first video, and it blew up completely. We'll go over it right now. So this is a channel called Mia. I don't know if she's uploaded since. Oh no, she has. She has, yeah. She also talked about the Dream vs. Tommy in a situation. Yeah, I mean, look at this. Her first video, 253,000 views as of now. It was posted 11 days ago, her first video. Now, I don't know about that. I will need to look into that maybe. But I already posted my take on this. But,
I'm sorry for any harm I...
And, this, dude, I'll give some context for most of these guys, because I looked into them enough to know a little bit about them.
Lewis McClung. I'm sorry for any harm I caused by spreading my ideas as fact.
Jake Doolittle.
My last video sucked.
Nick is not green.
But more specifically with a series of videos I made regarding Super Mega.
And Ethan is online.
Hey, it's been a while since you saw my face.
Yeah, and Ethan is online. Did not have any apology for any of what he said, so that's why she put this in.
What do these people have in common?
She's kind of quiet, so I'm gonna see if I can. I don't know if this really helps for a stream, but I'll do it here.
Now, the title may be My Issue with Feminist YouTubers or something along those lines, but it's not necessarily that they're feminist. It's the fact that they say one thing and they do the complete opposite. Like, How hard is it to be a good person, guys? These people were able to find a community where they would show that they, a male, was able to relate to women, were able to empathize with them, and kind of catered to what girlies want. But my issue here is, like I said, doing one thing and doing another. Like, for our first sample, WillyMacShow.
Yeah, okay, this was its own situation, and Turkey Tom covered this on his second channel, or on stream, and he just posted all of his clips on it. But WillyMacShow, I'm not one to judge based on appearances or anything. You want to dress like this, go ahead and look like this. That's totally fine. I'm for it. It's just really unfortunate. It's... he is the... think of... oh my god, how do I put this without sounding like an asshole? I'm just not gonna say it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna say it.
A very interesting YouTuber who would have his fan on and blow hair in the wind.
That is
has
weird.
Recently gotten under fire with Cataclysm for attacking this other YouTuber called Danky Jabo. When I first saw this video uploaded, I was curious because I've never seen Cataclysm's video on Danky Jabo, but I was like, you know what? What's the issue? And then I saw the points he brought up.
The accusations against Danky Jabo, aka Jesse, go as follows. Lying to your audience, using hateful, derogatory speech towards women, silencing those who are against you, and lying to and manipulating your audience.
And man, oh man. I thought he was joking. The statement he made that Danky Jabo is racist, sexist, like misogynistic, and lied to his audience was really funny, because then he showed the evidence and I exited out of the video. And unsubscribed because I was like, there's no way you actually want me to believe that this is real. I am not stupid.
And this situation was insane. I don't know if she brings this up, but he did have to apologize for it, because the points he was making and that Cataclysm girl were making were nonsensical. It was evidence. It was presented as evidence and presented as fact when it was just completely made up. Like, I don't know how they just pulled things out of their ass and just blatantly lied. I don't know. I'll cover it in a video.
Like 2 days later, Danky Jabo came out and was like, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. You guys are liars. And I was like, yeah, this could have been solved in private. I'm editing the video right now, and I say that this could have been solved in private. I know, guys. I know that Cataclysm and Lewis were actually really strict about not solving it in private. Like, Lewis DM'd him a day before Christmas, but a day before holidays. And Cataclysm, like, recorded their conversation. Weird behavior. But yes, I am aware that although it could have been solved in private, two of these people, Cataclysm and Lewis, apparently did not want to. But you know, internet people can't keep controversy in private, cause...
True. That is very true. If you watched my Dream vs. Tommy in a video, a situation that, I mean, I guess also the situation before it, the Nick A30 thing, it all could have been solved in private with a few DMs. It did not need to be public, any of it. And it really is the nature of this drama.
All gotta make money.
All drama, to be honest.
It's crazy because
on the internet.
Before Lewis' apology, he did a live stream, which I didn't fully watch. I only watched, I think, like 30 minutes of it. And at least from what I've read, I can't say for sure, but at least from what I've seen, it was a mess. He was basically deflecting victim blaming, and basically throwing a tantrum. I did watch his apology though. It was decent, but it did feel like well, guess I have to apologize. And for some reason, this is a common occurrence in all 4 of these YouTubers. Like, are they planning something? Because why is it that all 4 of these YouTubers...
Yeah, and a common thing with these kind of creators, and they're referred to as breadtubers, they are really all about being in the right morally. They're all about, like, do what's right and stuff. I don't know. It's a lot of, like, not... The best way I can put it is a lot more of, like, a virtue signaling kind of deal with them. But even if they're in the right morally, the way that they present their argument and the way that they try and prove that, you know, somebody is a POS or something, the way that they try and prove it is just wrong. Like, they mess so much up, and they bring in things that have nothing to do with it, and they'll call them these terms. Like, it sounds cringe because this is, you know, I criticize a lot of people who use this mentality, but, like, they'll call them cringe, or not cringe, racist or homophobic or misogynistic or something like that, when it really doesn't have much to do with that. And they're bringing all these other people. And, you know, I think most commentary YouTubers, especially early on, are guilty of this. I am, for sure, of bringing in points that have nothing to do with their argument, nothing to do with the situation, just to kind of prop themselves up morally. And presenting things as fact even when they really aren't. And they're not relevant either. And that even if you're right morally, I mean, it doesn't matter. And that's okay as long as you learn from that. You know, as long as you can apologize, can recognize that you've made that mistake, and you learn from it, and you don't do it again. But the thing with Lewis McClung and Ethan Is Online and these other breadtubers is they'll apologize, or they say they'll learn from their mistake, and they'll keep doing it. They just keep pumping out this content, calling other people out, trying to be the arbiters of morality. And they just come across as pretentious, virtue signaling douchebags. Because in most cases, that's what they're doing. I don't know. I think it's ridiculous. And it's this whole other side of commentary YouTube that I just do not step foot in.
Have done a live stream or Instagram post. They double down and then they apologize. Like, I don't understand, how hard is it? How hard is it to say, I'm sorry, guys? But apparently it's really hard. Our second sample of the day and the second most recent event, Jake Doolittle. This guy. An absolute mad lad who posted every day for, I think, 2 years, which is a bad idea. Everyone knows not to do it, even if it's profitable, because you're gonna get things wrong.
Yeah.
You're gonna get these wrong.
And that's a big problem with commentary, and especially the drama side of YouTube, is that you gotta be, in order to do really well, and it's unfortunate, but in order to do really well, you gotta be the first one to talk about it. Because, you know, once you've seen one video on Dream versus Tommy in it, you've seen them all. There's no need to watch another video going into it. So you really do got to be the first person on it, one of the first at least, in order to get that early wave of viewership. And really, the only creators that will get views after the fact are creators with like a diehard fan base, somebody like Oompaville or Moist Critical, like somebody who likes hearing them give their take, even if they already know everything there is to know about the situation. And because so many try to be the first to talk about a situation, they don't spend time to actually make sure that they've gotten their facts right, or when a situation is in development and it's not fully finished yet, it's inconclusive, people will pump out videos and say this and that, say things as if they are fact, and it turns out it's not. It turns out that at the end of the situation, none of it was true. And I think it's irresponsible. And posting those videos every day, you're bound to mess up. And, there's already a good chance you will, even if you wait. You need to take the time to make sure that what you're posting is honest and relevant. And when you're posting every day, there's a lot greater chance that that's not going to happen.
And he got things wrong. He got many things wrong.
Yeah.
Of course, I wasn't an avid Jake Doolittle fan. I wasn't watching all his videos because as soon as he posted like 200 videos, 200 days straight, I was like, okay, I'm taking a break from this. I won't touch on the H3 podcast situation because
That's
only
another
know
thing.
that Jake Doolittle accused him of lying about his health when he wasn't, and then said it's sexist for him to be joking about his health.
Oh, and just like Ethan, I also forgot to mention it affects 90% women, being 2 to 3 times more prevalent.
We have mentioned that so many times. So many times.
He's obviously lying.
You are the only one, Coco. Welcome. Thanks for tuning in.
This is a girly disease. This is for the girls only.
So...
Yeah, and that's so annoying. This is what I was saying about the virtue signaling shit. That they'll bring in, like, other groups and try to make them feel like they've been victimized somehow, when, in reality, they were the ones who were personally attacked. It has nothing to do with them or this other movement. It's retarded.
Yeah, but I will talk about the disaster that he did blackmailing YouTubers.
And throughout this video, I'm not going to name names, but I would like you to know that I am going to name names at some point, possibly next month or so, if my following up with these people amounts to nothing.
Huh. People are really getting bold now. I saw all the VODs and the videos, and I was like, this is crazy. To tell me in my face that you don't feel like you're getting enough support on your non-profit when people are actively supporting you. It may not be YouTubers, it may not be celebrities, but it is your fan base that's actively supporting you. And you tell me...
And this situation is very similar to the plague... Not Plague Moth. Who was it? Mama Mac. No. Yeah. I could be totally wrong. I could be referencing somebody else here, but I think it was Mama Max. I'm not going to say definitively, but there was somebody who was like... who was saying all this stuff about, like... he was, like, calling out people like Moist Critical and other big YouTubers, telling them that they have to talk about this rampant... I don't know... grooming or pedophilia going on YouTube, and if they didn't, then they would release information that made them look terrible, and that's what this situation was very reminiscent of, the Jake Doolittle stuff. And it's just a scummy thing to do, and this is almost even worse because it's Jake's cause. He's really the only one who actually cares about this.
In my face that you're not getting any support, that's just disrespectful. That's so disrespectful. And the fact that you pass on the message that we should all be respectful and, you know, help when we can, and then basically get on YouTube and say, hey guys, YouTubers aren't giving me any money. My nonprofit's making no money. Like, yeah, we have enough funds for like a year, but I'm not getting any money. What is wrong with you? And then to say, you have T-1 month to give me money or I will blackmail you to other YouTubers is insane. And then making a live stream in the hospital saying, guys, I'm in the hospital, but I don't think I did anything wrong.
Yeah, and you know what sucks is like every single time that like there's a health thing going on, I'll post like a random thing, and then that's what will get me in trouble, you know?
Different background because I wasn't satisfied with the first clip, but what do you mean by saying whenever my health declines, like when I have a health issue, I post a stupid video and that's what gets me in trouble? Brother, do you not know what you posted? You blackmailed your friends. No wonder why these YouTubers are unfollowing you and not answering you. Why would they? And the fact that then in the updated response, he was like, yeah, my fiance was texting me to stop and you didn't listen to her? Brother, my guy, you should have. Because all this wouldn't have happened if you weren't stupid. Our third case in point is Mr. Ethan is online and Nick is not green, which I will kind of include both together because like they were twins in the beginning until Ethan was like, no, Nick, don't blame me. And then they stopped being friends.
I think this creator, she has a lot of potential. Like, dude, this is amazing. Like, this is like 253,000 views again. First video, over 2,000 comments. That's crazy. That is amazing. Like, she's funny too. I could see. You can tell, you know, a lot of my earlier videos were a lot more like this as well. They're not very as fast paced, but they are pure, I guess. And I like this a lot. I think she has the potential to go pretty far with this.
Of course, I won't talk too much into this because like everyone knows the situation. But in my perspective, why lie about something that's so easily disproven? I don't understand why YouTubers do that, where they're like, nah, I didn't manipulate you when I was 20 and you were 16, and then it comes out that you were a pretty garbage person to that 16-year-old. But, I mean, they still do it. They still try. And you know what? You got us. You got us. Because at least for me, I remember watching all these videos and watching it go down, and I was like, man, this YouTube group that I don't remember the name of is really bad. Like, why would they hide SA? Why would they hide, like, the situation? And then it turns out that, like, the girly pop was like, I don't want it to go public. But then to ask your friend.
Oh, yeah.
Not you yourself. You ask your friend to post it, aka Nick is not green, and then let him get all the backlash. What was your plan, man? What was it? Honestly, what was it? And for Nick is not green to be like, it's not.
I mean, it's just so annoying and scummy, and I definitely want to talk about a lot of these people. But I mean, this was a good video. Mia, go sub to her, please. I mean, good video overall. I think this is starting something big. But man, I think we're gonna get close to wrapping it up now. 2 minutes 35 seconds. We'll play a game of COD. Play some Black Ops 2 to end out the night. But this was a pretty good stream. This was pretty successful too. I think 46 people have tuned in so far, and I'm proud of that. I think I'm gonna start keeping my streams up as like VODs in case people want some more stuff to watch. They can do so. And I've heard people leave their VODs up do quite well. But I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, people like Mia and videos like that, they give me a lot of optimism for the future of commentary YouTube, for like, especially for smaller creators. This was a good stream, though. I'm happy with how it went down. I'm going to get some good content out of it, to be honest. I'm excited. Oh, I'm on the wrong team. I'm on the wrong... Damn it. Not that. Mercs. There we go. Fuck. I think after I'm done with this game, I'm gonna try and get Crispy on the phone and get him to play Apex with me. Because I'd love to record some stuff with him tonight. Get some more footage for some of his videos. Because I edited one for my buddy Crispy, and he was I really enjoyed editing for him, and I really want to get him some good views. Because he definitely has a lot of potential, man. I swear, with his gameplay and his personality too, and he's gaming, he says all this crazy shit. It's funny. Top 10 Crispy Crash Outs. But it's still, I really like it. I really like editing for him. Kind of disappointed he hasn't tuned into stream today. But that's okay. I haven't seen Lucas on stream in a while either. We'll see how it goes. It's still relatively early in the night. I stay up pretty late, but you know, I think we're just gonna end it here, folks. I may be streaming again in a minute if Crispy answers the phone, but ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be the end of the stream. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subbing, those of you who did. Please watch my Dream versus Tommy in a video. I worked very hard on it. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. With that said, it's pegging time.